How funny it's got to be the Hawks right now. You know, last year the 49ers excused you basically by sending you to the Eagles. And this year the Rams come out and just take you completely out. And to all my Hawks friends, don't be afraid to come on in. Come on. You know how much we like you people. Enough of the Hawks. Jokes. The Niners will have an abundance of draft picks this season. On the way it's looking, although Robert Saleh did, from what they said, didn't do very well in his conversation with the Detroit Lions. I don't know what that means exactly, but we'll see later as he continues his visits. But about those picks, that's especially fortunate for the team considering the number of the 2021 impending free agents that are question marks for the future. The mock drafts are already underway. You knew they wouldn't wait. Actually, they've been going on for a little while now, with everybody picking a quarterback in the first round, as many Niner fans feel the need to pick a promising quarterback in the first round as well. However, the Niners do still have the roasted quarterback, Jimmy G. So their situation is not really desperate at quarterback, not first round desperate anyway. The franchise currently doesn't have a single cornerback, though, under contract going into the 2021 season. I checked out ESPN's Todd McShay. He suggested his mock Caleb Farley over quarterback Justin Fields for the 49ers, who may see both players on the board at the same time at pick number 12. Can you imagine that? Although this is the mock draft, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be true. But, I mean, the thing is, I'll break it down how he came to that conclusion. And we'll be taking your calls tonight for your opinion on what could be ending up to be a dilemma on draft night along with everything else. Niners! Because here's the thing, fam, the Niners don't really have one need in the NFL draft that stands so much above the rest. That could change over the course of the offseason, of course. But pretty much every door is open as the Niners navigate their first major turning point under Coach Shanahan and John Lynch. And as I mentioned, I was checking out ESPN's Todd McShay, interesting options available for the 49ers in his first mock draft of 2021. We're going to get hundreds of these now between now and draft night. But with no trades, to make this clear, with no trades executed in the projections, Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields, widely considered one of the top 2 or 3 quarterback prospects in this year's draft, drops the 49ers at the number 12 pick. Maybe unlikely, but a possibility, right? Provided there's no trades. Well, now, while it seems likely Niners will select a quarterback, they skip on the opportunity to take Fields in this particular mock, according to McShay. Instead, they opt for Virginia Tech cornerback Caleb Farley. Farley, 6'2", 207 pounds. He's not as big as we're talking about who's going to deal with, and you saw how that works. You watch how Jalen Ramsey pretty much just messed with DK, just took him out, and that's the second time this season. Although Verrett did a great job against D-Hop, didn't he? But anyway, Farley is 6'2", 207 pounds, has tremendous size for his position, and posted good production to go along with that. He opted out of his junior season during the COVID-19 pandemic worries. But his strong freshman and sophomore campaigns are enough to garner a lot of attention in the top half of the draft. McShay's reasoning for the Farley selection over Fields is this. The 49ers pass defense was strength this season, ranking 4th in yards allowed per game at 207.9. But there's the list of pending unrestricted free agents at cornerback that could change all that in a hurry. Richard Sherman out of here. Jason Verrett, also free agent. Akello Witherspoon, free agent. K'Wan Williams, free agent. Dante Johnson, he's on this list for reasons. But Dante had, as I was telling McCarver a little while ago, you know what? Dante didn't all the way suck this year. And McCarver said, well, you know what? Maybe sometimes it takes some guys a while to get it. But Johnson is also, he's a free agent. Because injuries hurt the 49ers all over this season, but there isn't a bigger question mark on the team going forward than at corner. Entered Farley at 2020, opt-out with terrific ball skills. Dude had 4 INTs for the Hokies in 2019. Could the Niners make a change at quarterback? Of course, especially if Justin Fields were actually to fall this year. He is dropping in this mock mainly because there aren't any trades in this particular mock. But Jimmy G is only under contract for 2 more seasons, has very little guaranteed money still owed to him, and has battled injuries during his time with the 49ers. Farley or another cornerback makes sense for the Niners in the first round, given there are a number of free agents at the position. Even if they retain 1 or 2 in free agency, they still need to add quality depth. Just haven't, because it does say they signed Spoon and Verrett. Now what? Neither one of them can get hurt. And you know, the likely of that is not going to be. So you end up going basement shopping all of a sudden, and you pick up guys that showed up in that Miami game. I forgot his name, and I did that on purpose. But if Fields does fall to number 12, it's hard to imagine Niners would just let him slide by without either picking him up or trading back to a team looking for one of the top quarterback prospects. So there you go, fam. What are you going to do? You got that dilemma. There you are sitting on the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, Farley, he's right there. And so is Fields. What do we do? What are you going to do, fam? Oh, that's not just because of my like for Jimmy, but wow, that would still be tough. After I read this, I looked at Farley on tape. Yeah, he can play. I just don't know what to do. I'm torn. That's why I brought this to you today. I says, damn, because we only got 2 cornerbacks. You don't have a lot of money. What do you do? Man. Anyway, hey, BK11, thanks for having that contribution. This one drained sort of from last time because we saw you coming at the end. Sea Chicken's so bad. Welcome to the off season. Oh! So yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm feeling on that though, fam. Forgot we got a game going on now. We may have a lot of interest in that ball game right now. Guerrero! Finally, just finally. Thanks, girl. Oh, and let's see. The Crow's picking Farley. Yeah, $90 is in the corner. It's easy. Antonio KC needs a. Yeah. I'm thinking Farley, but if I say Farley, man, you like business. But I think we don't have any cornerbacks. We're in real trouble if we don't. What if we're not able to sign? Well, you know what? We're going to free agency. We're going to find out, though, aren't we? So that'll probably determine what they do in the draft, actually. We did Kofefi's birthday already. All right. Why is this feeding like this? There's something wrong here. Oh. I know. I got it right. Matt, come on in, Matt.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Matt. Well, Matt, did you say a moment of silence for the Seahawks as they did their annual? We compete. Look at us. We're going to the playoffs. Yay! And you'll be out in a minute. They sure were. Hey.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I tell you, it does feel good that food's going to taste better. Air smells better already. Wine tastes sweeter. Hey, but Matt, here's the thing, though. What? Speaking of which, you have that choice between a cornerback and a quarterback at pick number 12. Where do you go?
I'd probably go corner if I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. I'm one of those people that has some trust in Jimmy, but I don't know. And taking quarterback
there's not a lot of us.
Yeah. There's not a lot. Taking a quarterback in the first round is like a huge, huge risk. Like, huge. So, I don't know. Unless the guy they take, fits Kyle's system very well.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those things where the 49ers, man, I think they're going to lean on logic. If you're too thin at one position, You don't go to another position like the Cardinals did last year when they needed help on the offensive line, and they picked up Simmons because they were scared of the 49ers. I understand their pain,
Right.
but still, maybe Kyler Murray's laying up in pain right now because you didn't invest in the offensive line as you should have. He's not that big. You're going to need to protect him if you want him to last in the NFL. And they didn't. So,
Right.
Strange. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm thinking Farley, you're going to have to. Justin Fields I did see him, though. He does look good.
Yeah, he looks good.
So.
He looks good, but the thing is that everybody says you got to be aware of the Ohio State quarterbacks because they don't turn out to be that good in the NFL.
Time after time after time. If you want an edge rusher, Ohio State's your place.
Yeah.
If you want a quarterback, that's not the place.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Right.
Tradition in Ohio.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got on your mind today? That was pretty much my cup of tea for today because it's after the game. I just came up with something real quick.
Yeah, I'm really happy the Seahawks lost because they're my least favorite team.
We all are.
I hate them more than
by the way,
anyone.
we're not limited to 49ers talk. If you want to say something bad about the Seahawks, please step forward. I'm going to do nothing but say bad things about them. And is Tommy Testosterone actually in here? Unreal. Okay, but go ahead, man.
Where is what's his name? Joseph Smiley?
Joseph Smiley has gone back to his homeless spot on the streets of Seattle somewhere. Begging for food.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. I'm not making fun of the homeless. Joseph Smiley is just sleaze. That's what I'll put it that way. Oh, God.
Yeah. And the thing is Seattle doesn't even have a first-round pick. They traded for him in the Jamal Adams trade.
More than once. I think they traded some picks for next year, too.
Yeah,
but they definitely lost the first-round pick.
2022's first, too.
How'd that work out for them? And they gave us grief.
Not good.
Well, we picked out a great defensive player. It's going to make a difference. You guys, you can make fun of that if you want to. So Smiley and everybody else, we're making fun of that because it's a joke. You laugh at jokes. That was a joke. God. Giving up all them. Man. And ended up no place further than you would have if you wouldn't have done that. And you'd still have your first-round draft pick. He didn't make a difference, though, during the course of the season to get him there, though, I must say.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what else, Matt? Anything else?
No idea.
Right.
I can't think of anything right now.
I'll tell you what, I'll see you tomorrow after primetime games. Well, I'll see you tomorrow evening because it's Sunday. We got to talk football on Sunday. It's maintain tradition. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Ronbo.
man. Great to hear from you. Talk to you tomorrow. Oh, God. And, hey, Charles. Everybody's looking for Tommy Testosterone because he is the most obnoxious of the group, isn't he? Hey, Charles, come on in, Charles.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, rung the bell first too. Charles, is that your car door? What is that?
It's my seatbelt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mom
Yeah.
telling me to put my seatbelt on.
Yeah.
But I'm good. I put it on.
No, you got to put that on. Well, Charles, tonight, Caleb Farley. Fields, you got that quarterback out of Ohio State. I think his first name is Justin. His first name Justin? I think so. Anyway, what kind of, the 49ers are liable to come up with this. What if you've got Mrs. Fields' baby boy versus Caleb Farley at pick number 12? Do you call the commissioner and say, hey, listen, can we have a couple of minutes? Or do you go ahead and make a choice? What do you do?
Okay, well, you said Justin Fields. Who was the other guy?
Caleb Farley, cornerback.
Oh, okay. I really haven't checked Farley out.
He's 6'2", 207, got great skills. And keeping in mind that we don't have not one cornerback promised to come back to us next year at this hour. We'll find out on free agency day, but all of them are out of here if we don't sign them.
Ronbo, Ronbo, we're going to sign. I believe we're going to sign the cornerbacks, and except for Witherspoon, we're probably going to let him go.
You got
Or
Mosley.
maybe he'll get the league minimum or something like that. I don't know.
Witherspoon.
But
Oh,
yeah, Witherspoon. Yeah,
he's gonna.
I'm talking about Mosley.
He's gonna go shopping. And you know what? You're right. He may go shopping and find out that
Where he gonna
nobody's
go?
offering any
He
more
gonna
than the
go.
49ers. We'll match
I
it.
know he gonna go shopping with. He gonna go shopping with. He gonna go shopping for clothes with food stamps because he ain't got no leverage.
Oh, poor Spoon, man.
But look, Rumbo. I I say let's take Fields, man. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm
Yeah.
so tired of this. I'm so tired of this Jimmy G
Hmm.
debacle that's been going on.
Yeah.
The past 2 or 3 years, man. I'm so sick and tired of it. Look, let's go
Hmm.
get another quarterback. Let him
Hmm.
sit behind Jimmy G. And when he gets hurt, like he's been getting hurt,
Doing.
hey,
Yeah.
he can
Br-
somebody else can
Bring
step
Fields
in
in. Yeah.
and yeah, let's do
Fields
it
looks
like
good.
that. That's
I ain't gonna lie. He looks good.
yeah. Because when you have a quarterback, see, it's different having have a cornerback and a quarterback. See, when you have a quarterback that can really uh, show forth the offense, and you know that makes the whole team attractive. Having a cornerback, that improves the secondary, but you can sign guys in free agency that can fill that void. But a cornerback, a quarterback,
Quarterback.
having a quarterback like Fields or somebody else who
Hmm.
comes in and does a really good job, I'm
Ooh,
telling you, man.
wait.
So I think we should go.
Che Martinez says, wait, Farley runs a 4.35? Phew. Charles, I just want to react to that. Listen, do you know why Russell Wilson lost today? Pretty much a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Why?
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah.
So you got.
Oh, well, but I don't really know. You don't really know how he's going to pan out, and so.
Well, the same thing with Justin
But
Fields.
we can. But we
We
can.
don't know if he's
Well,
gonna.
look,
He
we
is from
can beat.
Ohio State, so you
Well,
don't know if he's gonna
look,
do well or not. But yeah, there's a risk on both.
yeah, but you don't. I don't know. Cornerback, you don't really know, man. And this cornerback against Fields, I mean, we can beat Seattle without having a star quarterback. We've done it before.
Yeah.
All we have to have is a good pass rush. That's it.
Yeah.
And so,
As I'm thinking, yeah, each room is very pretty much it's seen by some as no room is really so much above the other. So the cornerback room has nobody. The quarterback room has somebody. It's a scary thing. Caleb Farley, I didn't know he runs a 4.35. If he's got that kind of speed, him and Tavares Moore in the back, boy, that's serious. But we'll see
yeah,
if that's true.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think with the 49ers, they're probably going to go either offensive line, but they're going to go cornerback. That's what I'm gonna say. But you know, my draft
But your
dream
choice. That's what I was asking about. Your choice.
would be get quarterback. Man, I want that quarterback, man. Like I said, I'm so sick and tired of this whole Jimmy G thing, man. Let's go ahead and lock up a quarterback, man. That's what I say.
And I hope the 49ers, they do have to
And
get a quarterback, though. I don't know if they do it in the first round, but they do need to get somebody that can at least start getting in condition and shape to run the 49ers offense, because the CJ's not going to be it. Nick's probably not going to be it either. So you do need to get a legitimate high-round pick to back Jimmy up for the future, because he can't keep getting hurt, and he's got 2 years to show whether or not this is going to be his team or not. That could happen, of course. There is that possibility. But if it doesn't, we're ready for it. And I understand that sentiment.
yeah, I mean I don't see it. I see it because I remember the year before last. I remember, like you were saying the other night, you were talking about, let's not forget what Jimmy G has actually done. He pulled us out of some really close games. The game with in Arizona, when the short pass to Wilson at the end of the game, and we won that game. The game against the Saints when the pass to Emmanuel. I mean, that was great. We won that one, and so I just think he executes, but I think he gets really nervous in crunch time situations. I think that's one reason why they were so devoted to running the ball in the NFC Championship game. Shanahan didn't want to trust Jimmy, and he didn't, for some reason, we didn't really do what we were supposed to be doing. We quit being ourselves, and part of that is Jimmy G's fault. And so I just want to go ahead and let's transition.
I do believe though Jimmy at least
quarterback. Let's go ahead and
get in there, and let him train. But just to react to that real quickly because we got to go. The thing is, Jimmy G's first full year under as a starter last year was pretty much every other year has been bombed, right? I think some of the nervousness you're talking about and things like that, I think that irons out. Now you start all over with a new kid. It's something that's a growing pain more than anything else. That's why I want those youngsters to stay together. Debo, Jimmy, Ayuk, George Kittle to a degree, skillful young guy. These guys, I think you're going to see a different team year after year with these guys because they're all talented. Just about getting timing down, getting used to each other, being able to walk in the dark without a flashlight. Those things do require time. This is the only reason why I say I like Jimmy where he is. But I understand your pain too. Charles, let's do this again tomorrow and see what we got, all right?
All right, Ronbo. Well, I love you, man.
Love you back, fam.
Keep it up. You're doing great things.
Thanks, Charles.
Go Niners.
All right. You have a good night, too.
All right.
All right. And Guerrero. What did Guerrero say here? Rumble, they're sure out of the playoffs. The Sea Chickens. We need Deshawn Jackson. You mean Watson? Is there a Deshawn Jackson? There is a Deshawn Jackson. Isn't that the wide receiver that's playing with the Eagles? What am I looking for here? Guerrero says, and we still own the Rams. Guerrero's rolling tonight. Hawks, how do you like that? Next time, please come back to the chat. Hawks, we're not impolite. Come on in. Somebody save them some pizza. And Guerrero also wants to know, where's Smiley? Joseph. We're going to put an APB out. Some of those guys might be on suicide watch. They're not in a room with any sharp objects or anything like that. Let's go get Norman, come on in, man, so I can say it's
Niners all day. And I have the same question that a lot of fans have right now. Where is Joseph Smiley?
And his nephew, Tommy Testosterone.
Where is Joseph Smiley? Is he sad emoji face now? Did James Harden shave his beard? Is it now Russell Westbrook's goatee? Or is it LeBron James' hairline? What happened to Seahawks rain? Dry now?
Seahawks rain. There's no rain. He's lost his empire.
Is it desert now? Did Seahawks rain happen to be in the desert?
Hey, Norm, that's why I was
All I
telling you
know
they're
is
talking
I got
trash.
some chicken
What goes
tacos.
around comes around. Y'all gonna keep talking trash, and then when you get to the playoffs, you're gonna lose in the first round, and then we're not gonna be able to find you anymore. This is an emotional. We actually getting used to you guys. Please come back.
I got some chicken tacos on deck. You feel me? It's just for y'all. That's
some
what I
extra
got
cheese
it
and they'll
for
come
y'all.
back.
If y'all feeling so sad right now, don't feel bad. I got some chicken tacos for you. You feel me? With a little, with a sprinkle, with a seed. You might make you take a bite and you'll do a Sierra dance move that Russell Wilson was supposed to do out there on the field. You feel me? To get his team up. I don't know what happened with that, but ha! Another thing.
You know, this is why I said, you know, you look at what's going on out there. Wilson's got paid all the money that they have, and they got merry minimums running around next to Russell Wilson besides Lockett and Metcalf, and they got to play Jamal Adams next year, and they got no money. They talk about us not having no money. And this is going to be funny. And they're picking, where are they picking in the draft? In the 20s?
I heard somebody
What kind
say
of management is that?
I heard somebody say something yesterday or what was it, the day before or something like that I forgot to mention. Earlier they was talking about how everybody got a low draft, everybody got a low salary cap this year.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of 1-year deals put out there. And I think the Niners got a lot of talent. And it's just when everybody's healthy, we can fill those voids, cornerbacks, that'd be a good an offensive line for surely. But sure, we do it. Another wide receiver. I don't know. There's a lot of backup quarterback, another backup quarterback or something. You feel me? So
Yeah.
Nick Mullins might get signed to the next Canadian football team. That's possible.
As a matter of fact, Norm, that is the option tonight. The mock drafts are going to start because a lot of 49er fans, they want a quarterback in the first round, but we don't have a cornerback one under contract right now. If Caleb Farley and Justin Fields are at number 12, what are you going to do?
Why is everybody still thinking about a QB1 when we got an O-line 7 out there?
And there's another problem.
Can we get with the program? Kyle Shanahan's system is gonna go so well when you got a good O-line there where you can do whatever you want to do in Kyle Shanahan's system. I keep seeing it in all the highlights and stuff, and I just think the line should be one of the main issues on offense that gets addressed in this offseason. And now it don't matter what quarterback you have out there. People don't understand that. And the chemistry that Jimmy G has, they're not finna mess with that. I don't think they're finna mess with that.
I don't think so either.
It'd be dumb and try to go out there and try to put somebody else in there and get the chemistry of the locker room that Jimmy G got for him. It's not gonna be this. I don't think it'll work. I just think if you solidify that line and maybe you get a quarterback in there that, you feel me, be under Jimmy G's tutelage for a minute, you feel me? And that's why I said another backup quarterback. That'd be a good one. Get somebody into the third, fourth round. Somebody that'll be saucy though. One of them sleepers. You feel me? So I don't know. These superstar quarterbacks, y'all can't. And I know y'all gonna be mad later on when these quarterbacks do good in other teams. They're like, well, they could have been on the night. No, because their systems don't match. They don't match.
Only a couple of rookies shine out of the draft this year. As I know,
and Zack Wilson ain't making people look. He's like, I could fit Kyle Shanahan's system, and everybody looking at him like, where? Show us.
He really does need to be more humble. Don't say too much, because polished pros have struggled learning Kyle Shanahan. If he talks to Matt Ryan, kid, you need to shut up. I still don't like that system. So I got to be careful.
And some of these people get on there and they talk, they high power talk, you know what I'm saying? Because they was doing so swell in the college league, but it's a different level when you get into the big league.
Yeah. As one of them 270-pound linemen are giving him a hand, picking him up off the dirt. Welcome to the NFL, kid. You'll be okay.
Yeah. He'll be looking like Jared Goff in the pocket, looking like he in a Prius on Crenshaw and Slauson like he.
And Jared Goff was all world at Berkeley too. So
He actually looked pretty decent today frying that chicken. You feel me? Cooking them chicken tacos.
I know, and with that bad thumb, I give him credit for that.
He was doing on the field. That was funny. With his bad thumb, you feel me? It takes heart. Russell Wilson couldn't have did that. He'd have been out there on the field. Sierra, help me.
Hey,
help me, man, please.
Okay, I'm glad you brought Russell up. Russell looked like ass today. He was missing shots
Rusty
right
Smollett.
And left. And
I'm
Jalen
calling
Ramsey.
Rusty Smollett. Justice for Rusty Smollett.
But he ain't gonna get no grief because he's Russell Wilson.
He looked like Jamal Lyon out there. He really did. He looked like Jamal Lyon walking down Chicago at 2 in the morning.
Poor Russie. Next year, Russie. No, we got to go though, fam. Let me see you tomorrow. And after we watch all day football, we got plenty to clown about, and we may be able to laugh. Boy, don't let Tom Brady get excused tonight. Everybody, Brady, and Brady got a whooping with all that talent in Tampa Bay.
Let's everybody take a look before I go. Take a look at all the talent that's going to be in the free agency and this offseason. These guys that's in the playoffs now. Check them out and see how how well they fit this Niners system. You feel me? That's all I got to say. Shout out to Ronbo. Shout out to all the Niner faithful. All y'all. Everybody.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. And it's Niners all day.
Yeah. Storm and Norm. Night, fam. See you tomorrow. And Jesus, my dude. Jesus, you got nobody. None of your kids showed up tonight. I don't see any of them. It's lonely up in here. Mos Mac's still here, though.
Dude.
Wait. Let me make this announcement real quick. Mos Mac has just decided the Chiefs are his team now. Shameless. No, listen, Seattle, that's what they do. It's all about bandwagoning. You get off this wagon, wait for the next to come by. Wait. Yes, I want to get on. Jesus Christ, Mos Mac. That's just ridiculous. Oh, my God. That's disturbing.
Bro, he just said it. He just said you're probably a Niner fan because of 5 rings.
I know, I saw that.
A Niner fan with 5 rings, let's be honest.
Hey.
After Jim Harbaugh, because last year we went 8-8. Jim Tomsula 5-11.
Right? Hey, Seuss, they can never say that to us.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, that was back in 1994. Yeah. So those of us who've been talking about the 49ers way after 1994, stop Mos Mac. That ain't going to apply. Hey, Seuss, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I like to give a shout out to my people real quick, to my brother Eddie, my boy Chad Garrison, my boy Tommy H, my boy Andrew Martinez, the homie J Run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all the Niner fans in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving everyone love. It's funny to me is that these cowards come in our chat and say, "Hey, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl with 12-4, and you guys are gonna be watching playoffs on the couch." Bro, I'm a granddaddy daughter, bro. I don't give a fuck about these Seahawks fans, bro.
Hey, they were 12-4, weren't they? They were 12-4, right?
Yep.
Damn, I forgot about that. 12-4 that's as good as they did last year. Worst results.
Bro, I knew Seattle was going to be one and done. If they struggled with the 49ers, bro, imagine what the Rams were going to do to them. And the Rams just proved what they did to them. They are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. If you want to crown them, they crown their ass.
Jose, you do that pretty good. Hey, Jose, we cannot pick on them. They didn't have the 12th man. That means a lot to them. Making sure the other team can't hear what they're trying to do is part of their strategy and part of their offensive execution.
Shit. Who am I? bro. My name's 49er Empire on the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you guys wanna try to call me, bro, I ain't tripping, dog. I'm a granddaddy daughter. I don't care about you guys. You feel me? I really don't care. Hey, this right here was a highlight of the playoffs. Seahawks ain't winning shit this year.
I know,
You know, the only thing I care about is just who we draft in the first round, whether it's a quarterback, cornerback.
And in fact, I want you to touch upon that. But Jesus, what if pick number 12, 49ers are on the clock? There's Justin Fields out of Ohio State. He's probably the only one that's going to be left if there's a quarterback left at that particular point in the draft. Versus Caleb Farley, who I'm finding out about, is definitely a fireman. That dude puts the heat out from what I'm reading about him. 6'2", 207, he's got good size. It's like Jalen Ramsey says, when you got dudes like DK Metcalf, you want big on big. And Jalen proved that today. He ended the reign of terror by DK Metcalf today. So, do we need a big guy? Or do you go ahead and get Justin Fields?
Justin Fields is good, man. But I honestly want us to work on the offensive line. Real talk.
And then there's that.
That's the only thing I really want to work on offensive line. I really think if we have a good offensive line, I think Jimmy G could really
flourish,
really score the touchdowns. And I'm sorry guys, you guys can hate me, but whoever's our quarterback, that's who I gotta support. The only quarterback I didn't support, and I'll be honest with you, was Brian Hoyer. I didn't support him.
Hoyer had more hate than anybody I know. You know what, though? I didn't want Hoyer to sit down so soon. I was hoping he'd last a little longer for CJ to bring him up to speed, because I like CJ. I didn't know what he was going to do, but I wanted to bring him up to speed. And sure enough, Hoyer let us down. If his sorry ass could have just lasted 4 or 5 more weeks and then start sucking, maybe CJ is a little more comfortable out there. No. We bring CJ in, what was that, game 4? Damn.
When we brought CJ in?
We brought him in against the Washington.
Didn't we bring CJ in when we were 0-6?
6 weeks in. Did we let Hoyer play that long?
We played the Redskins, I believe, with I think he came in against the Redskins, a.k.a. the Washington.
That was in week 6?
Team.
Yeah, well, damn.
Yeah.
CJ was not a first-year guy, I guess. He came in, he really, they almost killed him. He didn't know where to throw the ball, and they were just tackling. We were all impressed by how much punishment he could take. That's not good. I was worried for him.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, Ronbo, under Kyle Shanahan, our first year, no one didn't want to come to the Niners. And then when Jimmy G won out those 5 last games for us, he looked phenomenal. We didn't have no receivers. We had Pierre Garçon. We had Marquise Goodwin. I think we had
Garçon was already gone.
Trent Taylor.
Yeah, Trent Taylor and Marquise Goodwin. Yeah. And Kittle wasn't a star yet. He wasn't the George Kittle he's become. He had Marquise Goodwin. Selleck was still with us. Garçon was out. Remember, Garçon hurt his neck against the Raiders. He had Trent Taylor, Marquise Goodwin.
No, Pierre Garçon played. No, that was the year that we played the Raiders in 2018.
Oh, that's right. Jimmy went down the next year. Garçon was out there. Okay. He didn't figure big.
Yeah.
It was mostly Taylor and Goodwin. Both of them are coming away with 100-yard games back to back. So yeah.
Back.
Yeah. And then of course you had KB was filling in the void. Because remember he was in there a lot.
KB was in there, huh?
Yeah.
I think KB was undrafted, right?
Yeah.
Was KB and then we had Kwan Williams on defense, and we had I forgot who our other corner was at that time. I'll be honest with you.
Spoon, wasn't it?
I know that Reuben Foster was in there, Solomon Thomas. I think we have Cassius Marsh on the defensive line. We had Solomon Thomas.
And remember they were saying, they were saying Jimmy G elevated everybody's game by just his presence. He's got this leadership thing going on that a lot of us don't understand. Lynch made note of it in his last interview. He says, he was telling the KNBR guys who were looking for a quarterback, every time they talk to somebody, you got to get another quarterback? He said, Well, yeah, we could get a quarterback, but in the first round. But yeah, we've been pretty transparent about how we feel about Jimmy from the sample size and this and that. He's going on and on. And another thing is his presence in the locker room is. The players are aware of the fact that we're not looking to get rid of him, So there's a lot of pressure all the way around. Even if the 49ers want to get rid of Jimmy.
What I want Jimmy G to do, say we don't draft the quarterback and say we don't get Watson and we stick with Jimmy G because Kyle Shanahan said, no, that's our guy, that's our investment. What I want Jimmy G to do, that he's already been under the system already, he should start calling audibles already. He's at the point in his career where he should take over more of the offense.
Yes.
He should have some say. He's like, no, this is my team. These are my receivers. If I want to choose to run at the last second,
and I want to be able to make adjustments at the line that I could see that defense make at the last second. Coach, you can't call because they cut my microphone off. Well, that's what I'm saying. When they get that comfortable in the offense, then it's lights out for the rest of the league, especially with Debo, Ayuk, and George. Now he's got prime time receivers. They can do damage, but they need time together. And that's what I'm hoping for. Hey, but Jesus, I got to let you get back to your children in the chat. But they're not here today. So, I don't know what. We're going to have to. We'll see tomorrow, though, because our time ran out.
Real quick. I'd like to give a shout-out to Momo 007E. That boy is the only Seahawks fan in there, and he's in here. And that boy still has some guts to still be in the chat.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Here's my respect.
Yeah, same here.
Here's my respect for him being in here. He took the L. You know what I'm saying? I had to give him a shout out. All right, my brother. Thank you.
There you go. You show a lot of class doing that. Good stuff, Jesus. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, my brother. You have a blessed night. Thank you for having me on call.
You too. Always a pleasure. Night. And Life's Biat 6 says, thanks for that contribution. Seahawks got smacked up. LOL. What up? Oh. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John, come on in, man. We're laughing at the Hawks. It's a night of fun stuff. We're looking at the potential situation. 49ers are sitting there. They got the big board all set up, ready for moves. They got every scenario known to man on there, everything the computer could spit out. And they could dial up anything they wanted to. But there, all of a sudden, is that one quarterback that could fall out of the top 5 or 10, and that is Justin Fields of Ohio State versus Caleb Farley. What are you going to do?
Well, it's the draft season for the 49ers. Basically, everyone is saying one thing. I'm not going to get about the quarterbacks because that really makes all 49ers cringe. But when you look at big boards, of course, offensive tackle that, the kid from Oregon, he's going to be gone because a lot of teams want him.
Yes.
From Oregon. Yeah. And then basically, the 49ers, are looking at the Northwestern, the guy from Virginia Tech, and then of course the cornerback, Farley, and everybody else. There's so many names that are being floated, and Justin Fields. One of the reasons why he's falling down is that teams are looking at him and they're starting to see a lot of flaws. That's why Todd McShay is saying he could be at that 12 with the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo isn't good. They need to, pick him up. But if a quarterback is dropping to a team like the 49ers
it's a red flag.
We got a quarterback,
it's
it's a red flag. It's a huge red flag. Why did Dwayne Haskins, why did everybody pass? Well, when he got drafted to Washington, he was bragging on Twitter. He went to Twitter, I'm going to prove all the 11 teams that passed me up. He's immature.
Oh, yeah. Then there's that.
So why is this quarterback falling down? Also, the Seahawks, those fans, there's a reason why I don't like them, because when they're losing, they go under a hole and, they hide. That's who they are.
I know.
And the last time I felt bad for that organization was before Russell Wilson, but in that NFC title game that we played them in 2014, when Navarro Bowman got hurt and he was carted off. I have never seen a stadium sheer a player to like, oh, your leg's gonna fall off. I've never seen, like, not even human beings are like, oh man, this guy, you know, his leg could come off. And that's the reason why these Seahawks fans, in my mind, are huge cowards because of that game. It's
John,
a sad reality.
And remember, as a cart is rolling off, they're throwing popcorn on him as he comes down through the tunnel. I said, boy, it's a good thing lot of us aren't in those stands. Oh, you talk about a riot breaking out and people going to jail. My God, that's just classless.
Of course, you know, and that's who they are. And that's the reason why I said last week, and I called it, hey, we beat the Rams with their quarterback. Their quarterback had surgery on his thumb. And
good point. I love it. Give me more.
It's true. And basically, Russell Wilson had his worst performance. Like, I think he was like less than 40% pass completion. I've never seen Russell Wilson so like he had one good throw to Metcalf, and that was about it. And
he overthrew
so
at least 2 or 3 times. How many quarterback? I'm going to get Russell Wilson threw for less than 200 yards. No, that's Jared Goff. Russell too, 174 yards. He had a 72.2 rating. He was sacked 5 times. He threw for 2 TDs. He averaged 5.4 yards. 6.4. John, we could have ran for that average, and Mostert does run for that average.
I know it's so funny that tomorrow and Monday, oh, Russell Wilson, you know, he's still okay. If our quarterback just basically can't get the first down and 3 and out, oh, you know, they want him out. It's so funny, you know, and the only reason why they do that double standard is because Russell Wilson is basically the best quarterback in that franchise. Jimmy Garoppolo is basically looking up at the towers of Montana, and that's why any quarterback that puts that red 49er uniform
has to meet that standard.
They're always going to be scrutinized, no matter who you are, even if it's Justin Fields, Zack Wilson, Trey Lance, whoever wears that uniform. If you're a quarterback and you cannot have consistent, you know, years of 16, and going to the NFC champion, because that's the standard. If you cannot do that, oh, you got to go. You got to go. Yeah. And it's true. I understand the frustration. You know, when Jimmy Garoppolo is not playing, our team is bad without him. And that signal caller, we do need someone there. But at the end of the day, here's one thing that a lot of people are not looking. If Jimmy Garoppolo has, say, you know, hypothetically, he plays all 16 games, you know, he does 13-3, you know, makes it to the NFC title game, you know, maybe they don't win, or maybe they go to the Super Bowl, they don't win, and then his final year he does the same thing. Jimmy Garoppolo right now, he's not worried because he knows that if anything happens,
there's going
to be teams calling. Yeah. There's teams going to call for him. So for us, we should not just close the door yet on Garoppolo. And I've been a huge critic of Garoppolo. I'm the biggest critic. But if a quarterback can win for more than one season in a row and is in that NFC title game, that's the standard for the 49ers. That's a quarterback that I want. I don't care if it's going to come from this draft, it's going to come from next year's draft. You know, we don't know. But we need to be thankful that we don't have to reach, because if a quarterback is going to drop to us, like Justin Fields, Jimmy Garoppolo right now, he should be sitting down. Oh, Justin Fields is falling. I thought he was going to go to the Jets. He should be right now mocking us.
Yeah, I agree. You know,
that's the fact.
And actually,
some fans don't like to hear that.
You know, but in fact, I really wish, though, they could get one of these high-caliber Golden Boys out of the draft this year and put them on. I think Garoppolo also reacts to competition. They said in New England, one guy says, yeah, you see the guys out there working out, and Garoppolo, you couldn't tell the difference between him and Brady if you were in a distance looking back. They were both hitting targets right and left and tearing the defense apart every day in practice. You know, this is why I have this gut feeling about Garoppolo. I think he has the potential to be special. He's got to stop getting hurt and put in some time and reps. but I think he may have that it factor. And if for no other reason, then yes, when he's on the field, your chances of winning are high. I don't know if it's what it is exactly. It's not going to always be his touch on the ball, but for some reason, the defense seems to play better. The offense works. Everything seems to work. He's like got some kind of a Midas touch, but it ran out in the Super Bowl. We'll see.
Yeah, and in the Super Bowl, he was playing really well. And basically, Patrick Mahomes was playing, but I don't know what happened. Just like I said when I was telling all of my friends that final 6 minutes, I felt something was off. And the final
They stopped
final
us from
2
running.
minutes when Garoppolo
They stopped us from running.
when he threw the ball up to Emmanuel Sanders had no one in front of him, and for the first time, Garoppolo overthrew a receiver because everyone talked about his arm strength. He overthrew like 10 yards away from him. That ball landed in the end zone.
And you know what, John? I tell you, the reason I think, because the fact is, person was getting breached on every snap. Jimmy knew he didn't have any time, so he just launched that thing. If he could have sat back and set his feet, he may have been a better shot. But as it was, and he probably would have thrown it. But the thing is, as it was, Jimmy's thinking, I got to lay that thing out deep and let him run under it. He laid it out too deep, and we got the results we got. So, it's sad. It's over. And we got to, God, it's so sad. You don't get to go to the Super Bowl every year. John, I love this conversation. We're out of time, though. Can we continue tomorrow?
All right.
All right, John.
Yeah, we'll continue tomorrow.
Good stuff,
all right.
fam.
I'm so happy the Seahawks lost. Go Niners every day, all day.
Honk them horns. All right. That's good. Hey, and it's good. Hey, Sean. Hello, Sean.
There we go. Hey, it's nothing better coming from a Cardinals fan to see the poor Seattle Seahawks lose.
You know what I love about Sean? He zoomed in to let us know he was a Cardinal fan for sure and talked badly about the Hawks. Go ahead, Sean. It's all yours.
I got utmost respect for the 49ers, just the way they came out today and when they faced us and they just beat us down. Like we had nothing. We had nothing to do in that game.
Well, you know, you guys have been really competitive, even when the 49ers were at their strongest. I've had nothing respect. You can ask anybody. I was more afraid of the Cardinals at the beginning of the season than any other team in the NFC West. I said, we could beat the Hawks, and we could definitely beat the Rams. But Jesus Christ, Kyler Murray is really scary.
Yeah. This Washington game, Tampa Bay's up 18-7.
Expected. I mean, I got a feeling Tampa Bay. I don't. You know what? That's too much talent. It's unfair. I don't think they can sign all those guys next year. But they've got everybody who's anybody on that team offensively. So I don't know how they're going to lose.
Yeah. You have Leonard Fournette.
You're
Brown.
running back. Mike Williams. Is he playing or is he still hurt? I mean, Antonio Brown out there with him. What? And then they got that other guy coming out of the slot.
Godwin.
God.
Hey. But you know what's going to happen come 2021 for the Cardinals? Julio Jones, baby. It's going to be DeAndre.
Whoa. Where'd you hear this?
No better.
Where'd you hear Julio Jones? Is there a deal in the works for Julio to come to the Cardinals?
Yeah.
No! Are you serious? Where'd you hear that?
Yeah. I'm hearing I have some inside sources from the Cardinals themselves that they're working out a trade for him.
So you know what? This is like the go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, this is like the NBA. You know, there's a lot of teams that all the stars go and play for. You look at the Warriors a couple of years ago. You look at now, who is that? The Lakers. I mean, I mean, come on. No, are we going to start doing that in NFL? I mean, it's like these one-year deals where you stack a team. Julio and D-Hop on the same team. The commission should step in on this. No.
So I have a question for you, Ronbo.
What is it?
What cornerbacks are you gonna get this year? Who you got as cornerbacks to guard D-Hop and Julio and Larry?
Larry quit. Larry retired the other day. Larry's probably gonna come back if he hears about Julio coming. It's all a part of the scheme, Sean. We'll have one.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh, we're gonna make him stay with us, and
no,
we're gonna. Well, I tell you what you do in that case. You forget about trying to stop those guys. We have to get to Kyler Murray. He gets 1.5 seconds to throw. That's it.
Hey,
God.
He's gone. He's coming to Arizona.
Okay, we'll wait and see on that, John. I have to see that to believe that. That is outrageous. I can't believe there's got to be another team that's going to have to block that trade. Either Julio offer him some more money just as a defensive measure. The 49ers should think about doing that. That's outrageous. Yeah. We cannot have that. Jesus.
49er, I get Debo, Ayuk, Raheem Mostert, Jimmy, but the Rams the Seahawks just look terrible, and you're saying MVP Russ? MVP Russ?
Russ is living on reputation these last few weeks, and Russie had 3 weeks during the course of the season where he looked like a straight ass. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with him, but he wasn't working any magic today. He was doing his famous runs, but his passes were. Go ahead. I missed that last sentence.
He looked scared out of his. He looked so scared. He didn't know where he was going to get sapped from or where he was going to go from.
See, that's that Aaron Donald effect. See, that's why when we play Aaron Donald, we have a plan. If you don't have a plan for Aaron Donald, he's going to take over the game. Now, we've seen him do that too many times, so I blame the Hawks for that. That's stupid. If you've not made any arrangements or plans to try to at least contain Aaron Donald, put that on the coach. And then Leonard Floyd went crazy. So, they had a lot of problems with that defensive line. I loved it.
I'm looking at your free agents that you guys have. Trent, Richard, Solomon, Jaquoski, Kyle, Tevin. Yeah. Jeez, you guys, how much cap do you guys have?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Who's taking the most?
Well, Jimmy is the quarterback, of course, and then Trent Williams is going to be taking the second most. I don't know what they're going to do. I think Jimmy's going to probably agree to at least a slash in contract. All his bros, if they say, Jimmy, we're going to need your help on trying to keep Juice, some of your favorite guys. I'm going to name Juice, this guy. I don't know what they're going to do. They say the cap's not going to drop as dramatically as people think, but it's going to drop. So we're going to see. But anyway, Sean, too much fun, Sean. Good luck to you with Julio. We got to go, though. And
only fun when we can get the Seahawks to lose. Come on now.
We are united in that hatred. I'll tell you what.
I will take Cardinals, a healthy team, versus the 49ers healthy team any day. We'll beat them any day.
Right. We're gonna find out about all this. Sean, get back in there whenever you like. We gotta go now. We're out of time. You have a great night, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Bye, Sean. Oh my God. Sometimes, hey, Shay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, I was just sitting back here digesting the Hawks. I'm feeling relaxed because I made my prediction. I will tell you the truth. I wasn't sure. Yeah. I said the Hawks would be out. What are you guys going to do? You guys going to make it to the playoffs like you always do and get excused in the first round, and they did. I'm so delighted.
Oh, absolutely.
But Shay, you want to add upon that? As I said, my hypothetical, well, not hypothetical, but my possible situation where you have Justin Fields, and people in the chat are saying, man, y'all tripping, man. Ain't no way in the world Justin Fields falls at 20. But if he did, or any other primetime quarterback in the draft this year falls, and you have that versus Caleb Farley, which way do you go?
I mean, Ronbo, I understand. I highly doubt that's actually ever going to happen, though. There's no way Fields is, like, out of 5. But I would say in this predicament, simply just because the 49ers, if they re-sign Barrett and Kwan, right, we could try to retain Mosley for cheap, and then you could just end up signing Fields. Simply due to the fact that it's not like we have no cornerbacks after this year at all, right? Like we're still thinking that we might be able to sign Barrett and K1, right?
If we can sign them, yeah.
So yeah, if we can sign them, but I feel like you would go and get, Barrett, who's already proven himself. I mean, he's a baller. He's a lockdown corner, K1 as well.
He's top 5.
I mean, it's
top 5
in
candidates got to sign.
Right. In our specific predicament for the 49ers right now, I would say you can go ahead and get the quarterback. But like now, if we're saying like Barrett is gone and so is K1, then absolutely, I would feel like you should probably draft Farley.
So
after
the free agency period,
simply because
yeah,
because his intangibles fit. Like he's like that lengthy corner coming out of South Carolina. But yeah, I mean, I would take Justin Fields in that predicament right there, and I do think Fields might end up being a better pro in the long run because he's balling right now. So we'll just have to wait and see, man. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm just happy that the Seattle Sea chokers, Seattle Sea rats, Seattle Sea trash, because I've never heard of a Seahawk. Have you ever seen one, Ronbo?
No, I've been making jokes about that for years. What is a Seahawk?
That's a fake bird, Ronbo. I'll tell you that right now. And like the last, what is it, the Cardinals kid? I like Cardinals over a Seahawk. That's a fake bird, Ronbo. And that's what they are. They're not only a fake bird, but they also fake it in playoffs, my G. Because damn, another one and done season, and I love it. I love it.
Hey, but here's the thing, Shay. Here's the thing. If most teams, the ownership, if you end up going to the playoffs every year and failing like that, usually somebody loses their job. If it's Pete Carroll or something, you just don't keep doing that for years and years and years and years. It's interesting to see how the Hawks continue to take that as acceptable,
Oh, yeah, Ronbo, we're going to see a different coaching haul for them coming this offseason. Because, again, ever since that Legion of Boom roster left, bro, Russ ain't been able to do anything. Russ hasn't done anything. Let me look at his accolades. What has he done after LOB got broken up? Ever since that ferocious defense, they haven't been the same.
And Marshawn Lynch, when Marshawn left, that hurt him badly.
Oh, yeah, badly.
So in combination with that defense.
Russell Wilson, there's no doubt. Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer, right? I'll say it right now. If you look at his statistics, man, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's going to get the gold jacket.
Yeah.
But he's won games. Look, they're 12-4. But any NFL person who watches film, who watches tape, knows that that's a fraudulent team. They don't do anything great. When you become a playoff team and you have a team that gets to scout you for a week, and it's every possession matters. This isn't the regular season. Yes, Russ can get you regular season wins, but it's the playoff wins that matters, and he hasn't been able to do it the last 6 or 7 years. It's been one and done. You know what I mean?
Or two at the most.
And from last year. But I mean, and they got lucky because I think the Seahawks. I mean, I think the Eagles might have beat them last year if Winston didn't get hit from Clowney's cheap shot.
He didn't have any wide receivers either. So I agree.
Yeah. True. Absolutely. But my thing is it's Russ wins you regular season games, but when it comes to the playoffs, bro, they're fraudulent as hell because, again, their defense – come on, we got to know that. That pass rush is garbage. That coverage defense is garbage. And guess what? The worst part about it is they can't go in the draft. They gave 2 first-ups for Jamal Adams. And guess what, Robbo? You're going to have to pay him too. Ronbo, you're going to have to pay him. That's my favorite part. You're going to have to pay him almost like $18-19 million a year as a starting safety. That's going to hinder their cap even more because you can't let him walk, Ronbo. You can't let him walk. You already gave 2 first-round picks for him. You're telling me you brought him in just to let him walk, so you lost even more capital for that? Come on, man.
And they don't have enough players that they could cut to equal all that money because the guys they have now, 4 or 5 guys probably make $18 million. I mean, together, combined. 2 or 3 of those guys.
Right.
So I don't.
Oh,
where are
yeah.
they gonna get this money from? It's gonna be funny. If you talk to a Seahawks fan, though, wait till they come running in. Man, we got $75 million worth of cash.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up! No, you don't.
Oh yeah,
They lie about that every year.
They shouted
God.
out. They shouted out all these other Seahawks fans' names. The only name I know that has been in this chat consistently talking, writing checks that his team has to cash and they ain't been cashing them is Joseph Smiley himself, and he is nowhere to be found. I'm telling you, I'm about to go to my local police station and put that man on a milk carton because he is MIA from the building. He ain't even here, Ronbo.
He'll wait a week.
To come forth and with all that talk, where is he at? Joseph, where are you at? We calling out for you. Your family misses you. Everybody misses you. Come back. We
Yes.
want to hear what you got to say, Joseph Smiley.
Yeah.
Because
He's-
it's funny how y'all was talking, oh, we're number one in the NFC West. We're number one this, but y'all got the same playoff wins as the Niners did this year. 'Cause that's 0. That is 0, my boy.
That's the gospel
You
truth.
have done nothing, my boy.
And
It absolutely is, Ronbo.
And as he writes in capital letters every time he comes in, his one-word vocabulary, delusional. What are you talking about, man?
Right,
You said
exactly.
delusional.
Well, who's
You're the one who needs
delusional
to.
now, Pippin? Who's
God.
delusional now? Because y'all on the couches with us, and y'all didn't even do nothing as the number 1 seed in our division. Yeah, again, same amount of playoff wins as us. How does that feel, Seattle fans?
And 12-4. And 12-4,
Right.
and went in
12 and
there
4.
and didn't represent any better than that. Rams, Jared Goff has got one thumb
Right.
all bandaged
Y'all
up.
lost to Jared Goff with 4 fingers. He was throwing with 4 fingers, Rombo. Come
I saw
on,
it.
man. I ain't trying to hear that. 4 fingers.
Shit.
That had a freaking tape on his thumb.
You
That
can see
ball
it.
was coming out weird. And he still lost to Wobbly Duck. Goff, come on, man.
Man, that's
Come on, man.
Say
All right,
we-
Rombo, but
say all right.
thank you
Well,
again, brother. For the
All right,
platform.
fam. Let's see
pull
you
up.
tomorrow. All right,
Rombo,
Shay.
shout out to my TNT brothers. Y'all know who they are. You take it easy, Rombo. Have a good one,
too,
brother.
fam.
God bless.
Thanks, fam. Night, Shay. And Ellis.
It's Adam.
Who's that?
Ronbo, can you come back to me?
We can do that. All right. Yeah, Ellis is
I appreciate it.
no problem. And we know Ellis is one of the best dads. Hey guys, he's probably tending to the kids. Hey, Dion. Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, as you know, we're sitting up here laughing at the Hawks because all them trolls and maggots and freaks running up in here. We can't have no conversation, minding our own business, without the Hawks fans coming in talking trash. Tommy Testosterone, Joseph Smiley. Most Mex actually in here still. Seahawks Rain, who was with us earlier during the game, has vacated the premises. I don't know why these guys think that this wasn't going to happen eventually. So they need to come back here and take their whooping, but they won't do it. But that's fine. So, we're clowning them while they ain't here. And also, as I mentioned, the question tonight is, you got Justin Fields versus Caleb Farley at the 12th pick. What in the world do you do? I kind of know what you're going to do. There's others who have other spins on it. But, Dion, all of that and anything else you want to add, go ahead.
Ronbo, no. We don't need no Justin Fields. No.
I agree. I
Ohio
agree.
State don't produce quarterbacks. And let me tell you this. We ain't chose a running back in the first round in God knows how long. I mean, a defensive back in the first round, in God knows how long.
Oh, I know, right?
So
I'd love to
tell
check
you,
the records. When was the last
It's
time?
been, I don't even know. It's been forever.
Wow.
But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to explode if we choose another damn defensive end.
I can't see that.
Choosing defensive ends in the first round. John Lynch knows that he can pick another damn play. All you need to do is re-sign Kerry Hyder. At the end of the day, you know what these players are telling themselves, period, point blank. We know this year ain't going to be the year we about to get big money. So what do? You let Parag Marate go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Let him be the wizard that he is with these contracts, and tell these players up front, hey, look, this first year of your contract is not going to look spectacular, but I promise you, with the next year and on before that, and any guaranteed money we can give you, It's going to look fantastic. We're asking you to understand that we need you to be here with us because we want you here. And we're going to commit to you. We're going to make sure that you have the money. Tell them a dream, man. Look, man, you got to look. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. Contracts are very simple. I know this is a little risque to say, but it's a pimp and hoe business.
No, it's accurate. Good analogy.
Look like this. The pimp is Jed York / Parag Marate / John Lynch. I got to go in there and sell you a dream for you to sign this contract now. At the end of the day, your job is to go out on that field and earn that money. But I got to sell you this deal for you to be able to sign, for your agent to say this is a good move for you. So we know Sherm knows it's a good deal for him to go ahead and move on and get paid elsewhere. That's okay. I understand it. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the service. Thank you.
And he made no bones about it. We don't need to worry about it.
Make no bones about it. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. But you know what you do? You go to Jason Verrett. You say, hey, baby, come on, Verrett. Look, everybody else said no. We gave you a year off, let you get your body right. We'd appreciate it if you helped us out. Understood this first year may not be much, but we're going to take care of you these next couple years. Hopefully we get some fans back in the stands and we get more butts in the seats and more money in our pockets. We can make sure we break you out properly.
Raise that cap.
You do the same thing. Yeah, you do the same thing with Trent. You do the same thing with Kerry. You know what I'm saying? You come to K1. Look, baby, where else you going to go?
I know.
We know you're the best nickel corner in the game. We understand that, baby, but we need you to be here. This is your home. This is where you at, okay? This is where you made your name. We don't want you to go anywhere else. We want you to be a Niner. You know, you come in, you go ahead and you speak, you know, you probably talk to E-Man Mosley. I mean, look, brother, we got to do what we got to do, but we're going to probably draft a couple of guys to give y'all some competition. You know, that's all it is, really. And at the end of the day, it's choosing anything other than, a defensive end in the first round. Good God, no. I can't do it again.
Yeah, I can't.
I understand that we lost Nick, but at the end of the day, Nick's been injury prone. His whole career playing football, he got injured, tore his ACL in high school. He had the core muscle in college. He just tore his ACL last year. It ain't like this wasn't to be expected. When he played the full year last year, I was surprised as it was. I didn't know. I thought I was like, look, man, he probably gonna last about 8 games. That's all we gonna get.
And we got
just gotta
one
hope
game
that D
this
Ford
year.
retires.
One game.
Yeah, we just gotta hope that D Ford retires, and/or they're smart enough to cut him. Because to me, I don't care. I don't want all this. Oh well, you know, we're gonna see how it works out. Hey D, how do you feel? No, we don't need to know how you feel. Okay. At the end of the day, we need to cut you, give you whatever money we owe you, and let you walk out the door never to be seen again. Because it was a stupid move to trade that second-round pick for you because you've done nothing.
Yeah,
you were here for the Super Bowl run, but magically your knee hurt all damn season.
And during preseason or during training time, yeah, I think D should retire. I think he really is through.
And I think it's just his body. There's certain things. It's just like there's certain players, you know, it just don't work out. It's cool. Yeah, I get it. And like I said, anything I ever say about these players when it comes to this is never anything personal. It's not a knock on them against it as men. Just some people just got bad luck. You get injured, that happens. But D has been done that, and I'm tired of watching injured players get paid big bucks. Well, $80 million on a damn IR? That don't make no sense.
Oh, he made it. I mean, that's if you could make money that easy, good on you. But that's okay. That's enough. He got plenty. That's terrible.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, and we can do better things with that money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got 41 free agents, Ronbo. 41.
Yeah.
And out of those 41, we probably keep about 12 to 15 at a bare minimum, but we need that cap space to go, hey, can you come in, take a discount, we'll get you on the back end. But we can't do that if we giving money to D Ford, wasting our time with that. And Weston Richburg, who doesn't know how to stay on the field, ain't been able to stay on the field since he's been here. You know what I'm saying? I look at Weston Richburg like this, cutting and re-signing for cheap and tell him, look, you know why this happened. You can't stay healthy. and it's nothing against you, but if you have that kind of luck, then hey, I don't need to be paying you $10 million. You don't need double-digit millions for you to be over there making plays and calls on the line.
And make clear to him, and there's no place you can go to get another job. The salary cap has got a lot of teams strapped. And Justin, you have been out of the league for a long time, so I suggest you take this deal. I'm not bum rush. I'm just saying, and let that be the end of that. Okay. And he needs to take it.
And you just got to look at him and just tell him the real. That's all it is, just being honest. Because I can tell you right now, I've heard a lot of people talk to former players, and the one thing that they appreciate is somebody being 100 with them. Just be honest and tell them what the real is. It's not about lying or saying anything crazy.
Because you don't want to find out the truth later, but from somebody else.
No. And then at the same time, you don't want to wind up getting duped like that randomly. You look at the contract, it's like a bad record deal. You go in and they own all your publishing and every money from touring and everything. You be looking like New Edition to TLC, just getting ripped off like nobody's business.
Absolutely true. We're gonna go. I'll tell you what. Hopefully, I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay.
Of course, Ronbo. I love speaking with you, brother. Thank you for the platform.
Thanks,
Thank you
Likewise.
for what you do. You are the best at what you do, and I want you to continue to keep doing this, baby. Thank you for everything. And all y'all Seahawks haters, even though y'all ain't in here, your line look like trash and the Russell look like ass.
Yeah, I guarantee they're listening. They're not going to make themselves known, but they're paying attention because they want to know what we're saying about them. You know they do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're crying right now. They're crying. They're wallowing in their self-pity, and they're crying. They're drinking beer, all kinds of alcohol. Probably got a bottle of Hennessy, just crying and sad. We couldn't do it. Damn Aaron, damn Leonard. Y'all just took my hope away. No, it's okay. They'll be back next year running their mouth, and we'll be looking at them going, you were one and done. Don't say nothing.
Every year. All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good evening,
Night, D. Oh, God. See, if nothing else, the Seahawks could be used as a source of entertainment for us. You know what I mean? Denise! Oh, John Doe says, thanks, John, for that contribution. He said, I would like to see the Niners get Trask. What do you think? John, that would require a real serious trade-up, though, wouldn't it? No, Trask is one who might fall to the second, from what I heard, right? They're going to get somebody. Maybe that's the guy. Kyle's going to see what he sees, and then he's going to make a judgment. We may not agree with it. In fact, he'll bring a quarterback. We're going to say, who is that? You know it, right? So we're going to find out. Denise!
Ronbo, what's up?
Denise, we're having fun tonight. It's so much fun that we had a Cardinal fan Zoom in and laugh and clown with us. I don't think anybody likes the Seahawks in the division, as this is not the first time this has happened. But Denise, otherwise, it's another wonderful Saturday. And how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm working. What's up?
All right, because we're talking tonight about if we got into a situation where, you know how a lot of us are torn between getting a quarterback in the first round and other positions. And one thing I never thought about is, what if a quarterback falls to number 12, which a lot of people, the draft can't believe that would be possible to see Justin Fields at number 12. But then you got Caleb Farley, who does a really good job in the secondary, and I didn't know he was as fast as a 4.3. That's obscene. Which direction do you take?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched much of the secondary players in college. I was more, I actually not really good when it comes to, evaluating. I just like watching and see what they do.
Yeah, because what they do is
I don't watch a lot of college, so
it's not going to translate to the NFL. Sometimes it does. 70% of the time it doesn't. You know how many kids are in college and how many actually make it to the NFL? There's only 32 teams. Not many.
Yeah. My issue is with, I know Kyle and them keep saying, Jimmy's our guy, and that's all great and fine. My thing with Jimmy is his press conference killed me because they asked him straight out, what are you going to work on in the off season? And he didn't really give any direct answers. It was like, well, I'm like, dude, you need to bulk up, you need to get healthy, and you need to work on your deep ball accuracy. That's what you need to work on. And if you don't know that, that's a serious problem. Like,
What's
that's what you need to work on.
Did he just do a press conference in the last 24 hours?
No. It was
days ago.
It was the year end, like the last one he did, like, when they were like their year end press conferences.
Yeah, I gotta go back and look at that. I didn't remember him reacting to that question.
Yeah, he didn't really, like, it was like,
Go into detail?
I don't know. He always kind of gives kind of blasé answers anyways. But my issue with Jimmy is, like, Kyle Shanahan and them do need to draft a quarterback. In my opinion, they need to draft two. I'm not saying draft them in the, first round or whatever, but if a good quarterback falls to us, I think they're stupid not to take him. That's what I think. Because I don't know if Justin Fields is a good quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit up here and say, he's the one we should draft.
He's pretty
To be honest with you, the only one I really paid close attention to was Zack Wilson, because I liked him. So I watched a lot of him. But, I've heard people say that Trask is, decent. Mac Jones is supposedly somewhat decent. I don't know if he is or not. I didn't watch a lot of him either.
Alabama
quarterback. Yeah, he is the Alabama quarterback. But my issue is, I think Jimmy needs someone to light a fire under his ass. Because think about it. When he came here in 2017, he impressed everybody. What was he playing for? He was playing for a contract. So he busted his ass, and he played outstanding. And we were all, woo, yay, we found our quarterback. Awesome, he's doing awesome. And then, like, Jimmy G, like, what does he have to work towards? Like, I mean, I know everyone says, oh, the Super Bowl, keeping his starting job. Jimmy ain't getting fired because CJ Beathard ain't taking his job, and neither is Nick Mullins.
He does. You're right. I agree. He needs somebody, and Brady might have been as good as he was because he knew Belichick was thinking about bringing Jimmy in at any time. You're right. That's what it takes. You've got to keep pressure on your top players.
Yeah, you have to. And I'm going to use someone as an example, and I know people in the chat are probably going to be, they don't compare, and no, they don't, and that's not my point, is Aaron Rodgers. Look at what happened. Aaron Rodgers this year has played better than he's played in years. Why? Because he's pissed off that they drafted a quarterback.
Yeah, love.
He's like, oh, you ain't taking my job.
Yeah, no, you're right. Anytime, no matter when competitive sports, if you've got somebody to motivate you at all times, you will play better. And I've been saying the whole time too, bring another quarterback in. Let Jimmy not sit back and relax for sure. I fully agree.
Yeah, he needs someone to light a fire under his ass so he works out in the off season and like bust his hump and like he comes in with the attitude, I am going to prove that I am the starting quarterback and your ass is sitting on the bench.
I agree. I fully agree. And I've been saying that the whole time. Bring somebody in. I just didn't want to remove Jimmy and bring somebody in afterward because that would be like a shot in the dark. Is the kid going to succeed? We don't know. And he comes in, of course, and the chance of him failing in the NFL are 70-30. And if he comes in, we get lucky and he does do well. Yes. But if he doesn't, he can sit and learn and push Jimmy.
If Kyle and John keep the same quarterback room that we have and Jimmy gets hurt again, we're going to lose another season again.
Yeah.
Like, we need better backups, too. Like, Kyle cracked me up when he was like, well, the backups are only supposed to play, 2 or 3 games. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's right. But you need backups who can actually win 2 or 3 games. I'm like, from what I can tell, we don't have those people.
Sure don't. They prove that. And for no other reason, in Kyle Shanahan's offensive system, if you're a backup, the system is already tough enough for the starter to figure out, motor in, and get fast with. So if you're not even starting or playing, then you're like behind the ball anyway. So yeah, it's a scary situation. The potato chips?
Yeah. No.
Come on.
That has to be yours. No, a package just came in.
Oh, okay. Denise, we're going to go. Can we see you tomorrow if you get time?
Sure.
All right. And
Thanks
good
for
insight.
taking my call.
I love it. It was point on too. All right. You guys have a good night. Bye, Denise.
You too. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
And here he is, Nick Mullins' number one guy. You know, you knew what I was going to say, right? It's Nigel. No, it's not. Nigel's not Nick's number one guy. This is Nigel. Nick's number one guy is coming up a little bit. Hey, Nigel.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Nigel, just sitting back here laughing at the Hawks. The Hawks came in and did their routine, make everybody believe that they're on the way to the Super Bowl, 12-4 record. I didn't even know they won that many games. They came in today, and they looked like a candle in the wind.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It was that was pretty sweet watching the Seahawks lose. I mean, I was laughing the whole time, especially after the bums on the chat, you know. My brother is a Rams fan, so
God, I know he's delighted.
I wasn't exactly like, you know, going crazy about the win for the Rams, but more so the loss of the Seahawks. So that was pretty awesome. But, how's it going tonight for you, man?
No, it's going great. I mean, all I had to do was see the Hawks. I can't tell you how relieving that is, because if they went to the second round, all those people, they come into the chat each and every time we have one to talk about.
Yeah.
We're the Seahawks, man. We're the toughest team in NFC West and blah, 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 blah. Man, you guys, man, I'm telling you, man, keep talking, because in a minute, it's not going to look good for you. And sure enough, it's not looking too good. Oh, God.
And then, like, I don't know. I think I talked to you about a week ago, and, you know, I still hold true. I'm like, if we were healthy, I don't think any of these teams could handle us.
Especially with
they're
the
like
shaky. I mean, with the lineup we had and the precision the 49ers run, and also had the 49ers been healthy this year, I think that offense was going to take off. I really do. Why? Because, first of all, Debo and George and Jimmy, and then you get Ayuk. Mostert with the pounding game. Also, you got Jeffrey Wilson Jr. So we had every position in the offense rock solid. And as I say, the longer those guys play together, the more reps they get, the better they get. This is why somebody says, well, if Jimmy can learn the offense, why can't anybody else? That's my point. Jimmy's at the next phase. You bring a new guy in, he starts from phase one. You can make yourself believe that somebody's going to come in quickly, grasp Shanahan's offense if you want, but people who believe that would be in for a very sad and rude awakening. If Matty Ice couldn't get it from year one, then a rookie or anybody else sure as hell ain't going to get it from year one. Matty Ice was a polished pro when Kyle Shanahan went over there. This is why I say it's about time. Jimmy screws up by not getting in the time that he needs. I tell you what, Nigel, if Jimmy didn't get hurt that year against the Chiefs, right now, these conversations about Jimmy wouldn't even be happening. I can feel something about him. I know he's got it, but he's got to put in the time. But until he gets it,
I mean,
he's going to get ridiculed.
The first games that he came in, I have to agree with you. I mean, when I looked at him, I was like, dang, this dude's release is, I mean, it was
lightning
quick. You
one
know,
of the
you could
quickest
just
in the
see
league.
his passing, the way he passed was great, and he was able to manipulate the pocket and get out of the pocket. He was making, you know, he was throwing the ball away, and it seems like he's gotten away from that after he had the injury. I don't know if it was something with his confidence or what exactly.
And Kyle's teaching him his offense. That reshaped his whole. This is why somebody said earlier, Jimmy needs to be able to go to that front line, audible, and just be Jimmy. This is what I want to. I want to see Jimmy understand that offense enough so he can walk back to the sidelines. Coach, I got it. What? And then he goes out there,
Yeah.
and within Kyle's offense, because Kyle's very serious about that, don't go off schedule. But if you do something within his offense, and now he's got guys that know what they're doing, they're all in sync because they've been working together. Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, even Kendrick. He knows that offense like the back of his hand by now, too. Now you've got the perfect machine. Nobody's going to stop that unit. That's what I want to see. But
yeah.
I don't
The
know.
only thing that's worrying me now coming up is the offensive line.
Oh,
Because Trent Williams, I know everybody's like, he's a lock to come back.
he's not.
I mean, yeah, we want him back, but he's out here saying that he's basically going to look to see, and I don't blame him. I don't blame anybody to see, what your bank account can get up to.
Especially when
your
you're best
money.
left tackle in the league.
He's going to look at he's going to go out there and he's going to basically put us in a bidding war against somebody, which I imagine other teams are going to look at him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's worrying me about that.
Hey, Nigel,
So if that is the case,
did you hear what Kyle said the other day, though? People like the 49ers. We don't have anything cheap about the 49ers organization. You walk around, you look at Jed York paid for all the facility and everything that was going on while they were in Arizona. They didn't have no money came out of the players' pockets, right? So, maybe Trent can appreciate that because he's been in Washington where I think it wasn't such an ideal situation, right? He may accept the 49ers offers just because.
I hope that's the case. I mean, I don't know how much money we have, but if we take him anyway, I think he's going to end up taking like 2/3 of the freaking salary cap that we have on us already. So it's like as it fits, you know what I'm saying?
He could be close to 20
Let's say hypothetically, Ronbo, what if for some reason he goes to he finds somebody and he's like, dang.
I thought you could say the Hawks. Yeah.
Oh, hell no. He better not. I'm tired of them taking our freaking players, man. But so if he takes off and he goes to another team and we're stuck like, what the hell just happened? Like, he just left us, for whatever reason. At that point, our offensive line is going to be in question.
Don't entertain those thoughts too much. Listen, you're going to make yourself crazy. You're making me crazy already. Let's see if the 49ers can see. You know what? One thing the 49ers do, I noticed something. If they want to keep you, you're not going anywhere. Remember last week, everybody said, George Kill's going to walk or he's going to get. I said, no, he's not. God, stop it. And sure enough, I knew they're going to keep George. Certain players are not leaving San Francisco. That's the bottom line. And Trent, they know they
really
need him.
hope he doesn't.
Yeah. I'm worried more about Verrett and some of these other guys.
My thing about that is, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just worried about. There's other players I'm worried about. I'm pretty sure Jimmy's going to let up some of the cash out of his contract to make sure the 49ers have the money they need. He's not. I don't think he's like that. I think he's going to want to keep Juice and players like that. But hey, Nigel, we got to go. Let me see you tomorrow, will you?
All right, cool. We'll talk to you later, man.
Looking forward. Have a good night.
All right, bye.
All right. Ellis. Ellis.
5 minutes for sure. 5 minutes.
All right, no problem. AJ.
What's going on?
You're in a good mood tonight. I guess you must have enjoyed that win by the Rams over the Hawks as well, huh?
You know it. They chicken grease right now.
They worked hard to get there, AJ.
Sloppy out there. I loved it.
Didn't they? They looked terrible. Terrible. I thought they was ready to go.
But that's how they always really play. They just be getting lucky. They one of the luckiest NFL teams I've ever watched in the NFL since my 40-some years.
12 times, AJ. 12 times they pulled off a miracle. Because when you look at what they did, I mean, damn. And they lucked out when they beat us that last game. And that was CJ out there, made a couple of mistakes. He didn't make those mistakes. Oh, we win. Hang.
Yeah. CJ, that who's good? You know what's really good on the Rams is Coop. He got hurt. But if we have somebody like Coop, man, we'll be all right.
Wait, who?
Coop. The one got hurt on the Rams. Coop Cooper Coop.
Oh, Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Hey, not only
Kupp.
that's
Oh,
another
my
good
bad.
point, AJ. Cooper Kupp was hurt. Jared Goff's out there with a bandage on his thumb. I'm watching Aaron Donald standing on the sidelines because when he dropped Russell Wilson on his stomach, he must have hurt some ribs. So I'm laughing because I said they got their main players ain't even out there, and they whooped your Hawks ass. Oh my God! Yes.
See, they got pass rush. They really got and then Aaron Donald already was like, that's what we wanted anyway. We wanted the Seahawks, so he already put it in his mind that they were going to defeat, that team anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm mad that we got rid of. You see, Colts, they lost, but you see how D-Buck. Man, I don't know what was we thinking getting rid of D-Buck and kept Armstead. That was shallow thinking.
I think they was prepared to pay Armstead $1 million or $2 million less, and they was going to pay because if Armstead would have took 16, if somebody would have told him we need to take some because he just wants to stay in the Bay Area, but D-Buck wanted more than 18. They were upset, from what I understand, because the 49ers wouldn't even budge. I mean, they could have came and says, "Listen, we're how about 19?" I mean, that would have been. I think from what they were talking, that would have been enough. He would have stayed, but they stood hardcore on 18 and didn't want to move. Didn't even want to talk about more. Although, AJ, you know what though? D-Buck, as good as he is, he's not Aaron Donald. How much does Donald make?
No, he's not Donald. No,
does Donald make 23?
Not yet, at least.
Yeah. Does Donald make 23
Aaron Donald,
or
was his
24?
fourth year?
No, Donald's more than fourth year.
So I'm saying Buck.
Oh,
that's
D-Buck,
his fourth
yeah.
year with the NFL. Man,
He wants to get paid the same as Aaron Donald. I don't know that he should be. Well, if you can get it, you get it. But you shouldn't force the 49ers to pay you over $20 million.
You know what's crazy? If they would have had a better quarterback than that lame Buck dump truck Rivers, they would have won that game against.
You would have, Yeah.
Man, Rivers is sloppy. I mean, why? How is he still in the NFL? I mean, how do you get a job? I mean, honestly.
He's put time in. A lot of times a quarterback.
Because of his years he put in, who gives a damn?
Yeah, a lot of times that's the way it is.
What have you done for me lately? If you ain't producing, why is you ain't on my roster? Like, you taking up somebody else's space, bro. Go home.
AJ, he looked terrible last year when he left the Chargers. He was throwing
That's what I'm saying.
Multiple picks a game. It was an average of 5 to 6 a week.
Speaking of QBs, man, not to cut you off, but Matt Barnes, he's an athlete, whatnot, from Sac. He's telling the people, man, if we can get Watson, man, we need to bring that boy. We need to bring him in. Real talk.
Yeah, if you can get Watson. People need to get over Watson, though, not for the reason to bring him to San Francisco, but the Texans that let Watson walk. Do you know they'd have to close the place? Ain't no way. Texas fans don't already mad.
You're right. They ain't gonna let him, basically.
No, they're mad about D-Hop.
They ain't gonna let that happen.
And then they go get rid of him too. Oh man.
Right. That ain't gonna work. But I really feel like as a coach in front office this year for our team, Ronbo, my observation, my little 2 cents. I don't know if Kyle Shanahan and knowing that the condition of Jimmy G and all that, what we had to play with, a lot of players being messed up and hurt and COVID-19. Do you think he didn't want? And then more importantly, do you think since he knew Robert Saleh was going to possibly leave, he couldn't? I mean, Robert Saleh knows him, knows how he plays, knows how he thinks, but he didn't want to fully go all the way out because he probably going to have to play that dude and play him against a different team, and then everybody knows that. If you know what you're about to do for the next year, that team is going to be like, oh, yeah, I know you're about to do, blah, 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 blah. Robert Saleh, yeah, you're going to easily expose, basically, Kyle Shanahan. I don't know. I thought he might have held back a little bit on plays. I don't know. I just know we looked real terrible as far as the unit. As far as the NFL unit, we don't really put out good product.
The thing is, the players that Kyle was working with, he was trying to tailor that program. Hopefully they could execute. You can't run the same offense with Nick, CJ, and company that they had out there with some of your top line players out there. You got to put something out there that they can succeed in, right? So what we saw was pretty much a watered down version of what he thought his guys were capable of. that's why Kyle doesn't. The bad thing about it is, every year it seems Kyle has part of his squad. He can never get them all there. So the growth has been really stagnant. You got Jimmy out the second year. You got, 60% of the top starters out this year. It's really, it's about continuity that they can't seem to build. I don't know if this happens next year, I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, that was everybody's gripe. Why Kyle Shanahan ain't open up the playbook? But then people were saying, because Jimmy G ain't competent enough, or he's not a big time thrower outside the hash marks. Like, he got all these different check marks that don't apply to his abilities and athletic. He's not athletic enough to do some running like a good quarterback like that.
Well,
so we gotta work all around that kind of crap, man.
You're not going to run. You're not going to be. College wants you running around anyway. The thing is, what they've got to do. There's a lot of things that have to require timing. There's got to be a feel for each other. When you got Kyle Shanahan's offenses, you're throwing to spots a lot, and receivers are supposed to collect on those spots. This is why Emmanuel Sanders did really well when he came. He's used to that. He knows how it works. Debo, I think, is ready. Ayuk seems like a natural. Jimmy G needs to work with that receiver rep after rep after rep until you finally get it down. Jimmy's not untalented. That's not true. What he is in need to incorporate his abilities into Kyle's system and stop taking weeks and months off every year, and then he'll get it. Because as far as Belichick's system goes, I think he's probably pretty good at it. From what I've seen of him, the one night I seen him play with that year that Tom Brady went down, he didn't seem confused at all. This is why I know if Jimmy ever and I think that's what the 49ers are seeing, if he ever is fully indoctrinated in that system, along with some top wide receivers, he ain't untalented. He'll be fine. I think he'll be a little better than fine. But you can't play six games this year, 4 games this year, 16 this year, and 5 the next year. You're not going to grow that way. You're going to be in the same place. For that, I do understand why people like to get another quarterback in there hoping he'd be more durable. But as far as talent goes, I don't know if he's untalented. I'd beg to differ on that.
Like what the other caller had said, Denise. She was like, you got to put some fire underneath you. Blah, 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 which is true. And he was like, yeah, he's going to need some fire. Well, that's the case.
She's
TJ and Nick don't do the fire.
They're going to provide it.
So, I mean, who's going to do the fire?
I hope they get another quarterback.
Or the quarterback whisperer, Like,
I'm hoping they get a top. They need to get a top quarterback and draft him. That'll get Jimmy going, or he gets beat out. We got to go though, fam. AJ, good stuff, man. Let me see tomorrow.
All right, Rogue. All right, Two Stoves. All my EPA cats. All my Richards. Oakley, Zach, and the whole 9, man.
Estimated time, right? Okay.
Take care.
All right, fam.
All right, man.
What?
Emilio, your house reminds me of mine when I was a kid. Our house was like, they should have had cameras running. We had entertainment going on in every corner, of which none of it, which Mom was happy with. What's going on, Emilio?
None. Oh, no. No.
Yeah, I know, right? Hawks. Nighthawks. Man, we got to call it. Nighthawk's name makes all the sense in the world now. Nighthawk. That's it. Nighthawks.
I call them the shithawks.
They look like butt today, didn't they? I mean, they didn't look like they was ready to play at all. They looked terrible. I loved it.
Man, I was just watching this. I'm like, I thought, it didn't look good. It didn't even look good from the start. I'm like, they were struggling. I said, I just thought it was funny because how the commentator, Troy Aikman was talking about Goff wasn't supposed to play at all.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because I guess Sean McVay had a whole different game plan. He was like, I guess Troy was talking about he was going to sit him out and he didn't sit Goff out. And
that's true,
McVay was going to try something else.
Wolford was supposed to be the starter. They didn't have no plans for Jared. They said he took less snaps all week long. So that adds to it. Goff came out there with a little bit of practice and a broke thumb.
That actually does make it worse. Because Goff basically sat out the whole week. The starter was supposed to be the backup, and he got hurt. And
he broke his neck.
And just destroyed him.
God, I felt sorry for him. He looked like he was in pain. You see when they was touching him under the chin? He was wincing.
It kind of sucks, but that was kind of his fault. He shouldn't have
slide. Don't go down head first.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I've been reading Steve Young's book lately, and Steve Young talks about that in one of the chapters where the coach told him, this is when he was playing for the LA Express when it was the USFL, and he was talking about that the coach made him slide, and he was like, because he was talking about damaging his body, wearing that the pad to protect your ribs. He's like, I can't wear this stuff. This thing is horrible. He was like, I slid and got smacked. He was sliding is kind of one of the worst things you can do. Either get out of basically what Russell Wilson does, run your ass out of bounds. Because you get hit on one of those, and
it's the best thing.
Horrible.
Russ ran out of bounds today, and they still blasted him. You see him looking up at the officials?
Yeah. I mean, it still happens. Like I said, it is a violent sport. Stuff like that happens. You take a chance, but it's just when you, like I said, with that quarterback, he kind of, the way he dove, it's kind of like, do you kind of do that to, not saying it was his fault, but the way he through his body, it was just like, it sucked, but that was kind of his fault. I mean, it sucked. He couldn't prevent it either, but I was like, the way you basically put yourself out there in danger to, the way you dove.
Well, he's not from the NFL. He didn't. Somebody should explain to him, especially the way he runs, and he runs a lot. Boy, you better try to get them feet out ahead of you. Don't be going to their head first.
Yeah, no, like I said, we've all seen it with our quarterbacks, how they all gotten hurt, and it happens. Like I said, hopefully he gets through it, gets better,
Yeah, I felt sorry for him. He's sitting there, they pressed on his neck. Oh, he was wincing. That was hurting.
Yeah, no, it looked bad, but
Yeah, hope he's okay. But anyway, the Rams. Next week we start hating on the Rams. That's why not a lot of Rams fans was running in here today.
I was thinking that too. I said, oh my gosh! I was like, I hate the Rams more than I hate the Seahawks. I'm like, oh.
Do you really?
My thing is, I just want to see the Seahawks lose because, like we talked yesterday, so much crap they talk. I said, okay, I want them to get them out of the way first. Now the Rams are next. I was like, gosh, I got to root for the Lambs. I'm like, gosh, that's the worst thing I got to do.
They're going down next week.
Well, yeah, that's what I was like, whoever they play. But, you never know. They got to play
Tampa
good,
Bay.
So.
Hey, wait a minute.
If Tampa Bay wins.
Wait, I just realized something.
They might have
Didn't
to
the Rams
beat?
Didn't they beat Tampa Bay earlier this year? And they beat them up. You know what? Tampa Bay wasn't ready yet, though. Again. Not enough time together. Tom Brady's got.
I think the Rams are the lower seed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So that means they would play the Saints.
But the Saints have to win. Yeah. No, the Saints are playing tomorrow. The Saints have to win.
The Saints play tomorrow. Okay, yeah, because Green Bay has the number one seed. Okay, so the Saints play tomorrow. So then it would depend. So they might play Green Bay then, because Green Bay would play the lower seed. So it would be the Rams, and I think it'd be the Packers.
Rams versus Packers. That's gonna be.
So I think that's what it would be.
Yeah, the Rams go get a whooping. You know what though? That pass rush, Emilio. You know what? Aaron Rodgers does not like a pass rush.
No, that's the other thing. So
they're not. That might be a matchup issue. The Rams might actually escape. Let's see how good. What's his name? But I don't know about that. I'm a root for the Packers.
Well, my thing is, I
don't know.
The Chiefs win. I don't want to see the Packers win. I don't want to see the Saints win, and the Buccaneers and the Rams. So I'm actually kind of rooting for the Bills and all these teams.
Everybody is. Hey, I don't know anybody that do this. If you're not in the playoffs, is not rooting for the Bills. I do not want to see the Chiefs win nothing. Oh,
So
no.
I don't want to see. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I don't really like none of the teams that are in here. You know. Yeah, pretty much just rooting for the Bills at this point. Like I said, that's the only team I don't really have a grudge against. I don't like at all. The Saints I don't like. Packers I don't like. Yes, the boys. Saints. The Bills is the last team that I can actually say, oh, it gives me something to root for or watch or something.
Okay, Chad Garrison says the Rams play the winner of the Chicago and Saints. Chicago's playing the Saints, huh? Okay.
Yeah, well, it would depend on that. I guess, yeah. So it is weird how they got it, but I think they do if the Bears win. But I don't know. I don't see the Bears winning that. I just but it's the playoffs. So, anything can happen.
So the lowest ranked team will play Green Bay next week.
Yeah, that's what it is. And the lowest ranked team at this point, if the Bears don't win, that makes it the Rams. The Rams is the lowest seed.
No, because Rams already played. So whatever happens is going to be determined between now.
Well,
and
no, that
tomorrow.
would be. I'm talking about that'd be for next week. So that's what it would be. The Packers would play, the lower seed, and that would be the Rams if they end up being the lower seed.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. We got to get those brackets up and see how it's working. I want to know not only them. I want to know who else is playing.
No, because Troy
was
talking about it. He was like, "Oh, for those trying to figure it out." He talked about it for a little bit, but he was like, "The Bears winning this and that," but because technically, but the Rams, if the Bears do lose, the Rams end up becoming the lower seed.
Okay. Well, that makes sense though, because you want to give the Green Bay Packers earn the chance to get to the top without little to no damage if they can. So you give them sorry team like the Bears are starting to look. The Bears starting to look a little different. I don't think Aaron doesn't want anything to do with the Bears.
They do start looking a little better. They do start looking a little better near the end, but you never know. And then the Saints, they're up and down. You got to think about the Saints are up and down. So you got to think
Saints are weird.
You don't know what you're getting out of Drew. You don't know what you're getting out of Drew.
And Michael Thomas isn't playing. They're going to lose.
I don't know. It depends.
Kamara's
see what happens tomorrow.
Kamara's not playing. I think he's in COVID protocol. I don't know if he's going to get out in time. And we'll see. I can't wait till tomorrow. Fam, hey, let me see tomorrow, fam, after the games tomorrow evening. And,
you're going to be on tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do. So
all right.
I'm watching games. So.
All right, fam.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Video.
Once again, same old sorry ass TikTok.
We can't find him in the chat. Chiefs fan, come on, man.
No, it's okay.
Come on back, Chiefs fans.
Give them tomorrow. They'll get over and start talking about, at least we won more games.
I know, right?
The only other team I want to see lose now is the Steelers. That's the other team. Get them out of there.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely coming out. They lost too many people. All right, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right.
Good. And let's see. Let's go check on Ellis. Ellis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ellis, come on in, man. We're
I appreciate you, Philly.
No, it's no problem. We're busy laughing at the Seahawks, of course. And as Emilio says, Seahawks aren't going to talk to us today. There's been a couple in here, but they came in, flashed, and left just to make an appearance. But what they're going to do is wait a couple of days and come back and say, you guys got a lot of nerve talking about us, man. You guys didn't even make the playoffs. We're ready for that, you know. But anything you want to say about that, go right ahead. And also, as I said, the possibility of seeing Justin Fields fall down the draft ladder to number 12, where the 49ers are hanging out, and also Caleb Farley, what would you do?
Is that the DB from Virginia Tech?
Yeah. And I just heard somebody wrote up there he runs a 4.35. Jesus Christ. When I saw him, I'm never fully impressed with somebody until I find out one particular variable, and that to me is the game changer. For what? That means there's nobody. DK Metcalf, look out. We got the antidote. Woo! Man.
Yeah, but how tall is he?
6'2". But he only goes 207.
Okay.
I think DK goes about 220.
6'2" is good. 6'2" is good as long as he's got, there's a little over 200. That's good.
We can put some more meat on him. Yeah.
Man, listen. How much strength does it take to block a ball down, to knock a ball down?
Not a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
The more hops you got, the better.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, man. And I one of the plays that I really liked from that Lamb's corner towards the end, man, he blocked that pass towards DK Metcalf. How he jumped over his back without touching him and stopped the pass.
Did you see that? Oh!
That was some skill right there. That's the kind of shit he made sure that even though he was right on him, he made sure he didn't touch him, and that he went over him and knocked the ball down. That was really a skill move right there, man. That was a really dope move. That's the kind of stuff you want to see from your secondary. But that was just something inspiring that I wish, that I know we can look forward to a little bit more next year, and we started to see a little bit towards the end of this year. Think about how many times we've seen our secondary knock down balls that they could have easily just put another hand up and caught it and
I know, right?
Back to the house.
Things happen so quick
it's
sometimes.
It's good to block the passes down, fellas, but if the ball's right there, catch the damn thing and take it to the house. Put both hands on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. It's like, yeah, that was good. Reflexes. He stopped a big play, but there's still, there's still 2nd and 7, and there's still, in on the 15-yard line. But if you would have actually put another hand up and caught the ball, we'd be going back the other way. And
or have excellent field position.
So, but it's just little stuff like that, because I know DBs get off on trying to knock the ball down, but take the damn ball. Take it. That's yours. I would personally be having them come in and running with the receivers, because I know Todd couldn't catch for shit. So I would have actually been having him doing drills. If I was the coach, I would have been saying, Jaquaski, you're going to go run routes with Debo and them today. Get ready to catch some heat. I would have been making sure that there's not a day that goes by that Jaquaski Tartt is not intercepting the ball, or he's, you know what I mean? He's good in coverage, though. I'm not saying he's not a good safety, but so many times I'm looking at him like, Jaquaski, you could have caught that with both hands, my man, and went back to the house.
Jugs machine.
Or Jimmy Ward, too.
Yep, Jugs machine.
Yeah, man.
Both of them, Jugs machine.
Simple stuff like that. So as long as we can get a secondary player who's aggressive, I really like what I'm seeing out of that guy out of Alabama. I know I can't even remember his name right now, because even though I've heard it so much.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Chad, who is that?
Guy's name?
Solid cornerback, Alabama.
The corner. That beast of a corner. What's his name? Am I thinking the wrong team, man? Forgive me if I'm thinking the wrong team. I don't know.
Maybe I'm asking
it's that top corner that everybody keeps talking about, the big aggressive guy. I think he is on Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so, I just hope that we can get some benefits out of the secondary this year. I'm sure we're going to probably go secondary in the draft. I don't know how much it's going to cost to re-sign Kello. Kello might have a chip on his shoulder. He might want to, exercise other options like some of the other fellas there that have an opportunity to make some money.
Yeah. Just to let you know.
It's Patrick Surtain the second. Right. Yeah, he's a bad man. So if we can get somebody like him or that other guy with the fastest, with the speed, I just want us to be able to benefit out of the draft this year. And I think we are, man. I think we'll still stay in the first round, believe it or not. It will probably behoove us to trade back and try to get some more, draft capital. But for some reason, I feel like Kyle and then we're going to try to stick it in there and just see who falls where and just go with whatever, kind of like how they did with Javon. And, they were expecting, I'm sure, some other things. And, we probably should have got Tristan Wirfs. I love Javon Kinlaw, and I think he's probably going to make I'll probably eat those comments in a year or two, hence he does become, massive, force and really does take over. But I'm just saying we should have taken care of the offensive line.
Yeah,
I feel like we should have gotten Tristan Wirfs or something like that. I just, but I like Kinlaw. It's not a bad pick. I just feel like as far as necessities, so then we don't have to worry about playing, the game. I mean, what if Trent Williams didn't even come through for us? We were kind of lucky he was available and we were able to make that happen when we did, because who the hell would we have had if there wasn't a Trent Williams? So I'm thankful for him coming, but it's kind of like
McKivitz. It takes these guys, offensive line particularly, start off slow. I want to see how they develop McKivitz. We'll probably see something about him next year. School is, I don't know if he's getting any better than last year.
I've seen him getting thrown around. I've seen him getting thrown around a couple of games towards the end of the year. But if he's not getting a lot of burn, man, you know, a lot of this game is mental. So if these guys really aren't playing, to expect them to be able to come in and fire on all cylinders and they haven't played in 16 games or however many games, or they only get this many reps and they were playing this much and now they're not playing at all type of stuff, it's going to be hard to kind of get the best out of those guys. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it is, you know. But, you know, hopefully School can bounce back because, you know, he was doing pretty good. Him and Brunskill came in for us last year and played big for us. So, you know, they at least were sufficient and were sustainable. You know what I mean? And you know, when we lost Joe and you know things got a little shaky, I think we lost McGlinchey for a couple games, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Did we lose him for a game or one or two games, 3 games?
He had a knee situation going there. But
yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. You know, I'm just looking forward to seeing what Kyle does. I really would like to see Trey Lance, and what I was thinking about is if he does something with if we bring Trey in. And we keep Jimmy, let him be under Jimmy, have, you know, either CJ or Nick there, let him learn, allow him to be studious and get him, and we can start kind of try to utilize him and do some different things with the offense, kind of like maybe the Saints do with, you know, with Taysom Hill. You know what I mean?
Ellis,
even though he's not as big.
Did you say Trey Lance?
Yeah.
Oh, Ellis, Trey Lance is like, that is the year's golden boy. I don't. That's not gonna. Maybe some of the other guys. It's not gonna be Lance though.
Yeah.
I think he's on his way to. He's already on his way to Jacksonville. But if we do need a top tier quarterback and get him trained up, though, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Jimmy has a fire built under him.
I guess the Senior Bowl is going to really.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the Senior Bowl is going to really tell us and depict who's going to fall where. And so hopefully we're just able to find, you know, a good guy. I would just hate for us to, like I said, make the wrong pick, especially at number one. I know we're going to do good in the later rounds. At least I'm hoping so. But let's not mess up these early round picks. You know, let's kind of try to be a little more sound with these ones.
See if we make some.
We need them, man. I'm so damn glad the Seahawks lost today, man. I'm so glad the Seahawks lost today. I know y'all feeling great, man.
We got to wrap it up, Ellis. All right, we got to wrap it up. But I know what you mean. I know what you said. Yeah, go ahead and finish that though. You're glad about the Seahawks, so we'll go.
Yeah, man. I'm just. I mean, it's good to see that they can be humbled in an earlier. I mean, you guys played one more week than us. Shit, we should have been in the playoffs playing, before you guys. Hell, we wouldn't have had a problem. We already shut out the Rams anyway. So that really should have been us playing and not you guys playing. But good riddance. And, you guys are going to be having some contract problems too next year. So we'll see.
All right, they should be. All right, especially after playing Jalen Ramsey.
Go Rams.
Let's see tomorrow, fam.
Go Rams.
You.
Not. Peace and love, family. Shout out to the Niner faithful. Y'all stay blessed, and I appreciate you as always, brother Ronbo.
Hey, thanks.
Much love, man.
All right, fam.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for the nice things you're saying too, man. I appreciate it. I heard the stuff about, Ellis is a good daddy, and he's out there doing it. Because I sure was doing my daddy duties, and you know what time it is. So I was just handling business. So thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
Always give the time you need, Ellis. Not a problem. Be a good dad. The world needs more.
Brother.
All right, fam.
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Respect.
And Justin says, game day. No, we got the wrong one. Oh, game day, TB18. This is WF16 and re-sign Akello. If Akello is willing to take a certain amount of money, I think the 49ers would sign him. They're going to let him go shop if he wants to, though. And Vac29, thanks, Vac. And that contribution, Justin, thank you as well. Hey, Nate told us yesterday. Is it the same Nate?
Yeah, it's me, man. I got a lot to talk about. Drafting.
Because yesterday you signed off. We're delighted to hear from you.
I know, but I wanted. It was interesting because I came up with a really covert way to screw over Trent Williams and get the number one offensive lineman. Re-sign him, trade him for some drafts. But that's all like fantasy. I'm going to give you the real deal. So there's a guy out in Clemson. His name is Carmen Jackson, offensive tackle, left tackle. And then you have a guy named Josh Myers from Ohio State who's a center. I think he's a good fit for Kyle Shanahan's system. I researched it today. So I think that he's perfect for the second round pick for us, Josh Myers.
Is it projected second round pick?
Yes. I think that's in. That's his guy because Ohio State had one of the best offensive lines in college football, and he was like the number one center, like Alex Mack. That's like an Alex Mack coming out of college right now. So.
That would be really specially good. I mean, really good. Huh.
Yeah, so we pick up our corner because we need him to guard DK. We pick up Caleb Farley, but Dallas always has this weird part about drafting speed at corner, right? So they might go for that guy, Caleb Farley, first.
Oh,
because,
Dallas does draft before we do.
Yes. They're going to pick up Patrick Surtain, but they always like speed, so they might pick up Farley over Patrick.
Well, if they leave Surtain for us, that's fine. One or the other.
Yeah, I know.
Farley, yeah. I like a guy that's got wheels because that means your DKs cannot run off and leave him, you know?
And we already got the blueprints on. Go ahead and talk, man. Then I'll talk. I'm excited
I
about
was just
telling
gonna
you
say,
about.
that's what killed Russell tonight. He couldn't connect with his main weapon.
Yes, we got the blueprint on how to stop the guy. You know, I mean, there's nothing he could do in the game. They took him out of the game. That was it. And they had they got a fairly good other corner on the other side, and that's all you need. Like, but you need is K1 going to be back? Williams?
I hope
is
so.
He going to be back?
We don't have any cornerbacks that we can definitely say at this hour are going to be back. We don't have any under contract, not a one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to pick that guy up. We could trade back and give if Washington loses tonight, they give us the 19th pick in the draft or the 20th. We can drop back, give them the number 12 pick, and then we get some, more drafts more draft picks. We get the 51, then we get number 19, and then we can stack our picks a little more. But I don't want to drop back,
Yeah.
That's the thing. I want to pick up that corner.
Yeah. You know what? The 49ers are going to be watching the board all the way down, right? And if they see that the guy they want is gone, they're going to get out of the first round.
Yes, they will, and they will. So that's why I'm trying to tell you that might be the scenario, because Washington's going to try to dig up to get a quarterback. If Fields falls at 12, somebody might want to pick. Yes.
Nate, you're right. I forgot about Washington, but you know what? They're going to go up past the 49ers if they want to pick. Wow.
They might.
Alex is going to leave.
They might.
Haskins is dog meat. You're right. The Washington team's going to trade up for QB. They have to. They have no choice.
Yes. That gives us more picks. That gives us 19, and that gives us 51 in the second round. Then we trade a little more. We get more picks.
Yeah, but they're going to go.
Because the Saints are going to be looking for the protege for Drew Brees now. So now.
No, Taysom Hill.
Because they don't trust it.
You don't think that? I think they like Taysom Hill. You don't think so?
I don't know. We'll see.
Washington's going to trade up into the top five. I know they're going to go top five. They have to. See, there's teams that could go and draft for a quarterback just to be drafting a quarterback. Say, like 49er fans want us to go past everybody and go get whomever, right? But the 49ers aren't in desperate situation, the quarterback situation. Washington is. So you got to deal with them in whatever they provide as far as trade. Because Washington will go 2 first-round picks in a heartbeat. Because they've already got the defensive line. That's your.
Do they have an offensive line though? See, that's the big factor. We can do this, but it's going to take draft picks out of. Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing
I'm not watching the game right now because I'm talking. I'm gonna go check it out though. That's a good question. What does this offensive line look like?
It looks decent, but it looks like the kids running around everywhere. It's mostly like him running around, man.
Heineke is not really. Poor guy. Heineke is not really. I don't know where they found him. I watched him one game and I could see, okay, he's not really an NFL quarterback, but he's all they've got. He did pretty good last time I saw him, but he got clobbered at the end. So yeah, They got to get another quarterback.
It's right now the score is 16-18, man. They've got a
What?
fumble return. The Washington football team. Yeah, they got a fumble.
See?
They picked it up, then Heineke ran it in.
Washington is scary, man. Those guys. Oh, Heineke, I thought he was the quarterback. Oh, you mean
That's
what,
that's quarterback. Yeah.
fumble? You said they picked up a
Heineke,
fumble.
No, they recovered.
Oh, they
Somebody
and then
like
Heineke
punched it out. I
took it
think
in.
Josh Allen punched it out.
Yeah.
And then they recovered it, and then he took it all the way and scored.
Washington's scary. That defense is evil. All they need is to find their quarterback, and the NFC East is going to change. Washington's going to be a man.
They might be the sleeper to pick up Watson. You don't know. So
If
it's
they
like
have the assets.
they might be the sleeper. Yes, they do. This is what I'm telling you. We can entice them. We can hold them for ransom at that 12th pick if Fields falls there.
Can you imagine?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, dude.
Maybe. This could be orchestrated. You never know. All right. Nate, we're going to go. I tell you what, good stuff, Nate. Now, you said you were going to come back and see it, so, you don't have to. You can come back anytime,
Well, let me do more research, but Josh Myers is our guy.
All right.
Josh Myers is our center. That's the center of the future. Look him up, man. I think you'll love him.
Josh Myers.
I think you'll
'cause I
love
haven't looked at college, and center is one of the positions I'm looking at, too. I agree. All right. All right, Nate. Have a great night, fam.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too. Hey, Tony.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, yeah. Tony, I only got the last syllable of that word. I said, "What happened, Tony?" Tony, doing great, man. I was like hoping that I'd be right because I'd already predicted that the Hawks would take a bow in the first round, and they did.
Oh yeah,
I'm delighted.
Fantastic. Just like we thought, man. Jalen Ramsey took care of pretty much all the business. I mean, DK had the deep bomb and scored a touchdown late, but it was.
But otherwise,
it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The NFC West is kind of there are teams that are built to stop each other when you think about it. Between Donald and Ramsey, who can take out DeAndre Hopkins and DK Metcalf, and that's the thing, Ronbo. Your big question about this on this episode is who should we take, whether it should be Fields or if Farley is there for us at number 12. It should be Farley because we need to have our stopper who can take out Hopkins and take out DK Metcalf consistently the way that
Jalen Ramsey does.
Cardinals have Patrick Peterson and the way that Jalen Ramsey does.
Oh yeah.
So the thing of it is too, if Fields is there at 12 though, I got to agree with the previous caller. You call up the Washington football team and say, "We know you love these Ohio State quarterbacks. Why don't you give us your pick?"
Tony, please don't say that, though. They've had enough of Ohio State quarterbacks the last 10-4 decade. They want to talk to him first.
Yeah,
God.
For sure.
I think Haskins is a different moose, though. I don't think anybody's going to be like him. God, he didn't really care.
I mean, that guy, he doesn't seem to care. And, it doesn't really speak well of the culture coming out of Ohio State, like in terms of character values and the guys who they recruit and, what they're letting their kids do. I don't know. No offense, because there are a lot of great players that come out of Ohio State and a lot of great people who went to Ohio State. But yeah, exactly. But for whatever the reason, if you're the golden quarterback, it's just, it doesn't generally speak to your pro potential, at least if you go back over the last 10 years. So I'm not exactly out on Fields, but I still, if Farley is there at 12 and Fields is there at 12, I would still take Farley in a heartbeat because we still have Jimmy G, who is a more than serviceable quarterback. And when he's healthy and given a whole offseason, I think he's going to, I think Jimmy's going to overperform everyone's expectations should he have a proper offseason to work with the entire team. And I think Jimmy will end up being better than Fields would be to begin with, but that's just me. So,
and me, I fully agree. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and we don't have any cornerbacks to speak of, and the kids we're talking about here, Surtain and Farley, these are the kind of guys. They're not going to be in it every year. You know how you have a draft that leans toward one position or another. Mm-hmm. This may be a year where primetime cornerbacks are there. You want, especially with the 49ers not having any and not a lot of money. You're forced to go after that kid.
Well, the other thing is that there are, I think, 3 or 4 cornerbacks that a lot of the draft nicks are talking about. In addition to Farley, we have Surtain II, and then J.C. Horn And then also
Yeah, I saw his name in the
Asante
chat.
Samuel Jr. Yeah, and then Asante Samuel Jr. as well. I think this might be the year to double dip if you're the 49ers at corner. Again, if Farley or Surtain is there at 12, and I don't think they're going to be there at 12 because corner is that kind of a premium position in today's
Every year.
NFL. But
I
but if they're there at 12, you pull the trigger on one of them and then wait for round 4 or something and see if Asante Samuel Jr. is there too, and try to have your pick of the litter, or try to take 2 out of this draft. But still a lot of ifs, and we don't know again what scheme we're going to run and who we're going to re-sign and all that jazz. So a lot remains to be seen for sure. But it's going to be a fun offseason. We have genuine needs, but the roster will still be strong next year. So it's going to be a lot of fun to think about.
It just needs to heal up. I mean, that's the thing.
Yep.
The 49ers don't need to bring in a lot of outside players. They need to re-sign the players they have, get them healthy again, and come back and compete. Some guy makes a crack at us. The Chiefs made the 49ers rebuild. See, this is just stupid. Does anybody realize how many injuries the 49ers had? There's not about a rebuild. It's about a healthy return.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell me this roster, hobbled as it was able to remain, fairly competitive while we were playing our backups pretty much the entire season. So the roster construction on this team was fine. We were maybe a little bit thin at offensive line, but look around the league. College is not producing offensive linemen the way that they were in the 1990s.
Yeah.
So, everybody kind of has a crappy offensive line. And for whatever the reason, that's just kind of the way that it is. And, I mean, I think outside of, the Saints and the Packers, who went out of their way to stabilize their offensive lines for their gray-beard quarterbacks, Niners got to do the same thing, though. I mean,
they should. They really should.
But, especially because Kyle likes a good pocket passer. And so because of that, it's imperative. And the interior offensive line is where we struggle. You were talking about McKivitz earlier. I know going into the draft, I think Parag and Adam Peters labeled him as the golden helmet. So they have a lot of faith in that kid. Physically speaking,
he's
he
huge.
Looks like he's huge. He looks like he has the tools to be able to be a successful pro player, but he didn't show out that well. I didn't think he was as bad as people were saying, but I would like to see another year of development, with an NFL nutritionist and a full-on NFL, off-season weight program doing nothing but being a professional football player and see what he does. But even so, you're looking at him to play, is he Langston Tomlinson's replacement in a couple of years? The fact of the matter is, it's center. Both of our centers went down. Both of ours, and that's what caused us to scramble. And even previously, when you look at the Super Bowl run season, when Weston Richburg went down, Garland struggled in the next game. And Garland, as good as he he wasn't what Weston Richburg was. So the critical position is center. And look at this too. Kyle Shanahan loves him a good center, right? He had Alex Mack with the Falcons. Did he have Alex Mack when he was with the Browns as well? Because the Browns drafted
He took him everywhere he went. Yeah.
Exactly. And looking back at his father's team, his father always had really strong centers as well. And it might be the most not talked about thing about the way that Shanahan does run the run game is how critical that center position is to that zone blocking scheme, because that's the quarterback of the offensive line.
Exactly.
That's the guy that's calling out the blocking assignments. And you need to have that guy, and we didn't have him.
That's right. And that's why you cannot be an idiot if you're going to play center in Kyle Shanahan's system.
Yep.
There's so many, like you're mentioning, there's so many things people don't understand about Kyle Shanahan's offense, and they start yelling out things. They don't really know what they're talking about. This is the thing. I say, I watch. I say, you need to know more about Kyle's offense. That position is going to reflect upon what everybody on the field does. It's going to affect just about the entire line. Your center, they say that the reason Matty Ice had an MVP season is because Alex Mack could identify a defense immediately. Yep. And he said, Matty Ice even said he made his job so much easier, and that's why you saw the execution with that team so excellent. But you made another perfect point, too. You can't blame the quarterback as much as you can the offensive line. They've got to have a strong offensive line if you're going to play Shanahan football. That's the whole bottom line.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. And offensive lines in the NFL are weak right now. So, again, trade. So, again, my preference is, I love Farley. I love the idea of a shutdown corner, but trade back late first pick up interior offensive line with a late first round, early second round pick, accrue more draft capital. That's going to be my position for a while, and I'm sure I'll be calling in a bunch to talk about that too. But that's what I think.
And Tony, go ahead and say, and I mean it. I was waiting for that. Hey, Tony, get back here tomorrow. I'm going to be looking for you. All right?
All right. Take care of yourself, Ronbo. Aloha.
You too. Aloha. Night. Hey, Rick.
What's good, man?
Oh, Rick, man, the Hawks just got a whooping, and they can say goodnight.
Absolutely.
And they look like doo-doo.
Absolutely.
That's what I really enjoyed. They looked awful. They weren't doing anything right. And they didn't have a lot of people missing, except for Carlos Hyde. But shoot, if I got Chris Carson, I can miss Carlos Hyde. That's okay. I got Lockett and DK out there. Those are my dudes. And what is the problem? They couldn't. Yo, I loved it. So, yeah, Rams got their number. We got the Rams number. The NFC West is strange.
Right. You are absolutely right, because we're sweeping the Rams, but
Can't get past the
splitting with
Hawks.
everybody else.
Yeah.
If we can't get past the Hawks, which we could. But you know what's Rumble tonight? The thing is, I'm been listening to callers, and I think we all been on the same thing. It's not a Jimmy G bash, so you can calm down.
No.
This is about this is more about other players. And what I say is this: for some reason, our fan base and our front office, we hold on to players way too long. We say, and I'm gonna say yes, we do, but no, we don't. But because we will get rid of somebody like Joe Williams. We got rid of Joe Williams early, even after Kyle Shanahan said he didn't feel he could be able to sleep right if he didn't draft Joe Williams and everything. But we got rid of him. But yet other players like Trent Taylor or Jerick McKinnon or now D Ford, if they are anybody that shows a little promise at one point, you're like, oh, you know, for me, you're like, oh, well, Trent Taylor, he was doing good, but he's been hurt for the last couple of years. And we have to get to the point where, I don't want to say we're cutthroat, but we have to start being cutthroat because of the fact that the more we keep holding on to players and hoping that they can come back, and because, I mean, look, we've held on to Jerick McKinnon for forever. We held on to Trent Taylor for forever. And we were like, okay, finally they're going to come back. And this year we're kind of realizing what we've been saying for a minute. They're just not that good anymore. You can say injuries took a toll on them or whatever the case may be. But the thing is, we have to start identifying quicker players that give me, we find. And I'm going to say one real controversial real quick. Jalen Hurts. I'm about ready to move on for him. Because the thing about it, just be honest, he hasn't played in 2 years. And the thing about it is, what we're still holding on is that preseason game against Dallas where he had 2 touchdowns and everything else. But guess what? Every year there's preseason studs that look amazing in the preseason because they're playing against inferior competition that really don't pan out during the regular season. So what I want the Niners to do this year, start realizing, hey, it's time. D Ford, it's time for you. We got to let you go. Obviously, Trent Taylor, obviously, Jerick McKinnon, Tevin Coleman, some of these other players. Cause, I mean, look, we finally got rid of Dante Pettis. We finally got rid of Dante Pettis this year, and I saw him get a touchdown with the Giants
in New York,
or whatever. But I mean, but the thing about it took us so long because the thing about it is we hold on for if right now how our fan base is and how I guess our front office is. If you do 2 good plays, we don't give you a lot of leeway, and that's stupid because the thing about it is I don't know if we're holding on to these players thinking that they're going to go somewhere else and be better, and we don't want to, quote unquote, miss out on them. But at this point, dude, start letting them go. We got other players that can come in, do their job, if not better. And that's what I hope this year is this draft, the free agency is about, because we held on to a lot. I mean, Jimmy Ward, we held on to for forever. He played decent, but you know what I'm saying? It's been like forever. And I know a lot of good teams don't hold on to players for not too long. They're like, oh, we'll give you a year. 2 years, we got to go. But we're holding players 2, 3, 4 years. It doesn't matter because we're still holding on to what they once were 2 or 3 years ago. And it's like, dude, stop with that. Just like they could be talented, there can be other people that can be talented. Am I wrong?
No, I'm pretty sure what ends up happening is the coaches will stand around and they'll have a conversation about certain players, and they'll make assessments, and they'll go from there. A lot of times a coach will see something in a player that from where we sit we don't see. You know what I mean? They take sample sizes, they crunch it. They're old football guys. They've been around for a long time playing the game. They're going to know if a player is going to be able to fit what they want him to do. My guess is around that. I'm thinking they do that they've come to the conclusion that this player may need this amount of time or that amount of time. And if he's got a 3 or 4, especially with a rookie, if he's got a 4-year contract, there's no need to hurry on him. He's not really costing you any money, and you, in the first place, you trusted in your judgment to pick him out. So now just to get rid of him after a couple of years, well, that might not be a smart move, and then it might be because maybe you'd be right on that.
Because the thing is, I guess my thing is, if we're holding them, what's the purpose? Because the thing about it is, it's almost like, are these guys in investment banking or something like that? We're just holding on and hope we're going to get a rate of return later in life or something.
No, like I said,
because the thing about it.
No, Rick, it's like I said, they probably saw something in him that they recognize as being a skill set that's maybe unusual, maybe it's very special. You're not going to hold on to somebody who's not showing you anything. At that level of a coach, you recognize who's got game and who ain't. So that's pretty much what's going on there. And if they want to spend another time, unfortunately with football, people get hurt, and that can set the clock back. From where we sit, of course, we become impatient and we want them gotten out of here now. But coaches are thinking in a different way. We're never going to think like a coach, put it that way. They're going to have an opinion about a player that's probably not going to match ours. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so that's what you're up against with that.
I understand that. I just hope they come to a conclusion sooner, because the thing about it, a lot of the players that we quote unquote held on to, we haven't been proven right on. We held on to Trent Taylor after he had 5 different surgeries.
Well,
and we're like, oh shoot! I mean, he had it. He's going to be good. He's not good this year, and now they're finally going to get rid of him after they should have got rid of him a long time ago. But we're going. It's like you said before. If you show a little bit of promise,
if you pay that much money,
nobody can ever be.
Rick, if you pay that much money to a player, though, you're going to want to see if you can get anything out of him too. That's a lot of money. Jerick McKinnon got a lot of money, so you had to see. Now they may get rid of him now because they're going to probably see, maybe not, and just take the loss. With Jimmy Ward now is actually one of the best defenders we got. So they were speculating on him, and they were right. So certain players are going to get that. And especially within their rookie contracts. So you're never going to see that happen. You rarely see a rookie get cut unless he's really, really, they can see he's got no future.
And just to pivot real fast about the whole draft thing, if we get a chance to get Justin Fields, I like the guy Farley from Virginia Tech, whatever, like the young lady called earlier and some other people, draft Justin Fields. Because you know why, number one, if nothing else, it now puts Jimmy G on notice. Hey, dude, I don't care what you feel you've been doing. Maybe you've been able to, maybe you're kind of comfortable or whatever, but now you're on the hot seat. So now you're either going to step up because it's a pressure, either mix diamonds or bust pipes. So you're either going to shine like a new diamond or you're going to bust pipes. But what we're not going to do is allow you to have the comfortability of just sitting back and going, hey, man,
and relaxing. We got to go, though. But, Rick, or Justin Fields comes in and fires Jimmy up to the point where he puts him in the lower tier. You never know. Anyway, Rick, let's see tomorrow. We're out of time now.
Absolutely. Niner faithful, Niner empire, Seahawks. I'm glad y'all lost. So keep that let Russ cook crap to yourself, because we coming back next year, man. Have a good evening.
You too, Rick. Night, fam.
Okay.
I just realized something, too. They're going to be talking about Russell Wilson. You know how they all praise Russell Wilson as being the second coming, right? If tomorrow, it's going to be fun to hear what they have to say about Russie now. Hey, Clarence!
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, sir?
Clarence, doing wonderful. You know, there's only a couple of things to compare to seeing the Seahawks get disappointed again. and I can't even mention those on the air. But you know what? I'm feeling great.
Amen.
Hey, Clarence, mention you can talk about that game if you like, and also are you watching the Washington game versus Tampa Bay? Is that still close?
I'm not. No,
Okay,
it's not close anymore. 27-16.
Okay, so they ran away from them now. It was 18-16 a while ago. What? But anyway,
It was, yeah.
I was looking at the situation as if one of the premier quarterbacks drops down to number 12, and one of the premier cornerbacks, Surtain, Caleb Farley, or anybody like that, drops down to number 12, what do? Are you going for the golden boy quarterback, or are you going to get that cornerback?
So I guess Justin Fields is the example tonight.
Yeah, because he's of the golden boy quarterbacks this year. He's probably the one who's going to fall the farthest in the first round.
Okay, that's what. So I guess Monday night's game will tell us a lot about
Justin,
those the two quarterbacks. Yeah, both Justin Fields and Mac Jones, because he'd also fall in our range as well.
Mm-hmm.
But dollars to donuts, I don't know if I trust any Ohio State quarterbacks.
That's the scary thing about Ohio State. If I was a quarterback, I would not go to Ohio State. God.
Right. Now, if we're looking at a cornerback or a offensive lineman, then I could see that for sure.
Yeah, because we're...
You know what I'm saying? Because anything in the Big Ten, you can get an offensive lineman for. Because we definitely need those two as well. But in your example, I would double take Farley or Patrick Surtain, because we definitely need cornerbacks too.
Yeah. How big is Surtain? Is he 6'2" or anything like that?
I don't know his measurables. I haven't dug deep into the draft yet and look at all our options and things like that. Yeah. I know he's good though.
If Farley is 6'2" and he runs a 4.3, he's 207. I imagine you can get him up to about 212 pretty easily on an NFL diet program. Now you've got the DK Metcalf antidote, because we've seen tonight, Jalen Ramsey is the biggest reason why the Rams won. They could not. DK got a couple of scores, but it could have been worse. That's.
He locked him down pretty decent.
Yeah. So, that's what you do need cornerbacks. Jason Verrett is a lockdown cornerback. If you can get one more, and Mosley's a very good backup, or he could start, but you need 4 guys.
He proved it. What's that?
You need 4 cornerbacks to go into the season. You got to have a backup for each guy that's starting. Because
that's correct.
Yeah, and you look at Ahkello Witherspoon. If Ahkello could just not have those moments where it's so critical, because he does well, but when he messes up, he always messes up at exactly the wrong time. That's the winning score. No, you could have messed up earlier in the game. We could make it up. We could come back, but not this moment.
He messes up real bad. Hey, I have one little anecdote here that I was thinking about. So let's say Salek does get a head coaching job somewhere. Obviously, he could poach assistants and whatnot. You think he would poach Kasurik?
He may give it a shot. Maybe not. He may have other people he might go to. I don't know what. He seems like he's not that kind of a guy. He might get Ron LaFleur, though. Ron's the one we have, right?
Yeah. Mike.
Mike LaFleur.
Mike LaFleur, isn't it? Yeah.
I forget which LaFleur we got, but he might take one of the LaFleur brothers, whichever one we have. He needs an OC. Because,
he does.
Yeah, because in this NFL, it's great to be a great defensive guy, but you need an OC. Really good OC.
You do. The reason why I was thinking that, because you saw that Tom Sula was let go by Dallas yesterday.
I didn't know Tom Sula was in Dallas. I know that
Yeah, he got let
Nolan
go.
was.
He got let go with Nolan. Yeah, he did. Tom Sula was in Dallas also. So
I didn't even know. Uh-oh. Well,
if Kasurik goes away, or if Kasurik, I don't know what the rules are about poaching, those type of assistants from a team or whatnot. But Tom Sula's available. He can coach an defensive line. He couldn't coach
but we
the
got
entire
Kasurik,
team, but
though.
a defensive line, he can coach.
He can.
Yeah, I know.
But if we lose Kasurik, I see what you mean, though. You know what, though? It's like poaching players from another team. A lot of times, if Shanahan has already said, if there's a better opportunity for any of my assistants, I'm going to say go ahead. So if he offers a DC job or an OC job,
promotion,
yeah.
Right? That's the other thing. Is like, so he's not going. It'd be a lateral move. So
no, it's got to be a promotion. You're right. I mean, if he offers an OC job,
for him to get poached.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which I don't think Kasurik wants to be a DC anyway.
Yeah, Kasurik. He already told the 49ers he didn't want to be. Yeah, did you know about that?
Yeah, he seems content to be a defensive language, which is completely fine with me. He's good.
Really good.
Well, yeah, that was my other anecdote. I was worried about. That. But like I said, Tom Sula's now available.
Yeah.
But,
well, good luck to Tommy. I don't know, but we're gonna have to go, fam. Let's.
Yes, sir.
Let's see you
going
tomorrow. Huh? Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. All
right.
All right, fam. Good night.
All right, my man. Take care, God.
You too.
All right.
All right. And this, we woke Justin up.
You did actually. I literally just woke up.
Well, Justin, I mean, you woke up just in time. What are you thinking here? You got more to say to the Rams, the Hawks fans, and also the comparison at 12. What decisions would you make between Justin Fields and Caleb Farley?
The reason I just woke up is because I've been working 7 days in a row this week. That's why. I've just been taking naps.
You deserve that.
So I just woke up. I'm tired. But man, y'all need to stop this quarterback nonsense. I don't know how much more. I understand everybody wants a quarterback. I understand that you guys are frustrated, but let me make this abundantly clear. Ohio State have had many quarterbacks come out of the draft. Out of how many have been successful? Think about that. Out of how many are still in the league right now that we can say they have been successful? None.
Not many.
For my count, none. Cardell Jones was supposed to be the next big thing, drafted by Buffalo, out. In XFL, didn't do that well in XFL. So,
Haskins was an embarrassment. Yeah.
So even JT Barrett, we don't even know where he's at anymore. So
it's kind of scary, huh? That's what I'm saying. If a kid's going to school as a if he's trying to apply to schools as a quarterback, please don't go to Ohio State. Even if you're good, nobody's going to know because they're going to be afraid of what comes out of that school. But
yeah, I understand, and I heard the Arizona guy, talking, and I was just like, not in my head. I was like, you're really about to talk after we whipped your ass, and you say your healthy guys can whip our ass.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. In his sources, your sources. Okay, yeah. Your sources.
Yeah, I know what. As a matter of fact, I couldn't wait till we get through here. I'm gonna Google everywhere. What? No way. My inside sources. Your inside sources? Yeah, my inside sources say they're working out a deal right now for Julio. What? Hey, here's another thing. How do you pay DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones on the same team?
You don't.
Well, Larry Fitzgerald's leaving.
You can't afford it. You can't afford that. No. Okay. But anyways, about that clown, and this I do see the center. I laughed at on Twitter. It's funny. It's funny how tides turn. I suggest that we draft the center in the first round. I get laughed at, but now all of a sudden we're talking about drafting that center. We're drafting a center now. Like, It's funny how tides turn
No,
in like
hey, Justin,
less than a week.
you know what people are used to? If you're going to draft down in the teens, any position is fine. You know, you can get an offensive lineman at number 12. Absolutely. You can get a tight end. You can get anything you want when you're in the double digits like that.
Well, you look at that Cesar Ruiz kid. If we didn't take Kinlaw, I 100% think we take Cesar Ruiz, the one the Saints got. I 100% think if we don't take Kinlaw, we take Ruiz out of I forget what college he came from, but so center is definitely a need, and then the O line in general is definitely a need, even for backup. I don't know how I got to look at how Colton played this year. I really got to look at film to see how he played because I don't know if he did that good. I don't know if he did that well. I know Brunskill did really well this year, so maybe you keep him where he was this year.
They had he was playing center. Brunskill, though, when we played the Rams, Brunskill was
playing right guard, wasn't he?
Well, I think for a while.
Guard, wasn't he?
Brunskill plays both center and guard and tackle. Brunskill plays every position on the line. Guy's about to be the MVP of the 49ers offensive line. He plays every position. They've had him at tackle.
Yeah.
And now he's playing center.
You also got to look at I know I'm a big saying in re-signing Kilo. I'm also a big saying in re-signing Barrett. You gotta draft another corner, just because I think Sherman's on his way out. You gotta draft another corner.
No doubt about it.
Build him.
No doubt about it.
Don't start him. Don't start him right away, but let him build. And
who are you talking about? The cornerback?
Yeah, if you draft a corner, you can't start him right away. You got to let him build. You got Mosley, you got Barrett, Witherspoon. You could draft another corner right there. If Kwan is on his way out, you could draft a nickel corner.
Man, I just don't want to see K1's got to be re-signed. That's gonna. Otherwise, your Cooper Kupps, your Tyler Lockett's, they're gonna start having their way. For the NFC West, we need K1 so bad. If Jamar Taylor would have stayed healthy, he was doing a good job. Shockingly so.
He had 2 interceptions in the New England game. 2 interceptions, not one. He had 2. And then he mostly had the last one.
Yeah, and nobody was eating us up in the slot. And I said, wait a minute. How's this dude being brought up off the practice squad playing like that?
Well, he has 7 years experience prior to playing in the league. He has 7 years experience, so
that's why
that experience came into handy.
Yeah, well, of course, all experience. That's why the dude on Twitter is giving me all kind of grief. But man, come on, man, Jamar Taylor ain't better than DJ Reed. I said, what? Look, man, DJ Reed, what he's doing with you is not what he was doing in San Francisco, okay? I like DJ, but the impact he's having, but actually DJ's one of the reasons why they lost that game today. That fumble was critical.
Man, what's funny is, we get talked the Kyle Williams situation so much from Seattle fans.
Yeah.
They have their own Kyle Williams now. Congratulations, Seattle. Congratulations. For all that shit you said, we just got Kyle Williams.
I know.
Now you
know
how
that just to piss us off.
Now you know our pain and our suffering.
Yes.
For that many years.
I don't even.
Welcome to our
world. God. He moved his ass out of the way.
And it's funny. They're like, let Russell cook. And I heard these commentators, nobody talks about this, but these commentators throw some shade at us. They're like, the 49ers were dominated for 3 straight quarters. And then in the 4th quarter, Russell started cooking, and he beat the 49ers. So I was like, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I'll remember that. And I watched the last part of the game. I was like, what happened? What happened?
They didn't pay his gas bill. There was no longer anything to cook with.
I was like, oh, one and done, Seattle. One and done. Congratulations, Seattle.
Again,
one and done.
I can't wait to get back in the chat.
Seattle,
here they
whatever
come.
the hell your name is on Twitter, Evan Seattle. How you feeling? You mad? I bet you're mad right now. Yeah, I bet you're mad.
Oh, does Evan talk? Evan doesn't talk to me anymore. I made him mad.
He blocked me. He blocked me. I blocked. I was like,
how are you going to be sensitive?
I know I made it when I got a guy blocking me.
I
know I made it on Twitter.
Just how are you going to be sensitive to be a Hawks fan? You need to be used to that. Every year, you guys do this. But Justin, we got to go. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. What game are you going to stream tomorrow?
All right, fam. I look
All
for
right,
it.
y'all.
Have a
Have a
good
good
night.
day.
You too. And here he is. This is Nick Mullins' #1 fan. He is Fly Guy.
Yo.
Fly Guy. What's up, fam?
Oh, Ronbo. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Come on in.
Yeah, what's good?
Like, I mean, the Hawks got an ass whooping. You know, that just made my day. And
Yeah.
you know, they did what they always do. What they're expected to do is come in. I feel like I got to tell you, it may be time to fire some coaches. Every year, you go come into playoffs and get leave in the first or second round. What you know? And also, Fly Guy, you got a choice at number 12 in the draft. The 49ers are on the clock. Caleb Farley, hardcore cornerback, is on the clock.
The team?
Justin
Our team
Fields is a quarterback. He is on the clock at the same time. What are you going to do?
Our team is decent. We don't really need to go crazy, like trying to find us like a savior or something. But only thing I'll say, the defense was good, but we didn't have no fire in us. See how the Rams beat the Seahawks?
Mm-hmm.
How they beat the Seahawks? Turnover.
Yep.
You feel me?
We used to do that. We was one of the best teams in the league
That's why
for
I say
turnovers last year.
If
2019.
49ers can do some of those big games where we pressure the quarterback so much where he's making mistakes, fumble, and we scoring. I've been saying that. You feel me? That's the only way you're going to win.
We used to do that until we lost all our guys. I mean, you lost Nick
That's why I
Mullins.
said I'm not a Robert Saleh fan because he's just playing zone. Like,
Fly Guy, let me ask you though.
Saleh,
You weren't impressed last year with our pass rush. Not this past. Well, this year was. They weren't bad, but last year, 2019.
When our season was over, when Bosa went down, it was over, and we couldn't even pressure the quarterback no more. It's like,
but
we
Robert
just getting
Saleh,
burnt. Like,
Robert Saleh was running that 2019 defense though. They were pretty rough.
but last year we had a pass rush. We had D Ford, Bosa.
No, we didn't have D Ford.
Everybody was going crazy.
We didn't have D Ford.
Four guys. With 4 guys, it was like quarterback couldn't even stand in the pocket. 4 guys.
Yeah.
This year was like more like it was like a laughing stock, man.
Too many
couldn't get no
guys
pass rush,
out,
man,
Fly Guy. Too many guys out. You can't win with all your guys out, especially second
Yeah,
and
but
third string.
if I was a coach,
and they
it's
still did a
easy
good
to-
job though.
Listen, if I was a coach, I know my guys is out and we're not getting pressure. I will find a way to put pressure on the quarterback.
But we
wasn't
did.
doing that still.
You didn't see that? The 49ers started getting pretty good with that pass rush toward the end.
At
They
the
started doing
end,
a lot more
we
blitzing.
started doing some of that at the end, but we already lost like 4 or 5 games just playing prevent. Like with the Dolphin game, we getting burnt by whatever his name is.
On that cornerback. But you know, when you lose all your first stringers like that, you got to rewrite your whole program. It maybe just took a while to figure out how to do. And you're right, it took a while, but I mean, it just took a little while.
Yeah, it took a while for us to adjust to start a blitzing, and we should have been did that. Like, because if you can't put pressure on the quarterback, we're gonna lose the game.
Yep.
And I heard some good news that to me it's bad news, but to y'all it might be good news that Robert Saleh interview ain't go right.
I heard about that, but only in one place.
Yeah,
They didn't say anything about any other place, but just with the Lions, it didn't go so well.
Yeah, I heard that on a blog somewhere where his interviews like that's it.
For the Lions, I didn't hear about any other team. I just heard with the Lions. So Robert Saleh says, "Look, I got a great job where I am. I am the man." So, you know, you ask whatever you want to, and he'll just answer it. Robert Saleh, I'm not sure how badly he wants to be a head coach. I'm sure he does.
He ain't the man.
Yeah, I know.
He's the man. Like,
he's got a great defense, Fly Guy. Come on, man.
No, listen,
Top 5.
Ronbo. Listen, we taking credit from the players on the field. I mean, he caught a decent game, not in there, but it's the players on the field that's playing the game. But
that's any
you gotta
team.
put those players in position to win the game, like not to just get a stop, not in there. If we losing the game, we gotta go hard. We gotta pressure the quarterback. We gotta get turnovers. We gotta get pick six, fumble. We gotta create plays on the defense. Because let's say
Before
Let's say
injury,
our
that's
offense
what we
scored
did.
21 points, right?
Yeah.
Our offense scored 21 points, and defense scored 10. How much point is that? That's 31. That's, when you start scoring around at 31 point, you're going to win the game. But last year, we didn't get no. The Ram game, Ken Law got a pick six. That's how we won the game. If we didn't get that pick six, we lose the game.
If they could get it, yeah. But Fly Guy, that's their job is just to make sure the other team doesn't score. Mostly.
Nah, that's playing prevent. That's playing prevent.
What,
We're
if
not
they
going to
don't
let you
score?
We're not going to let you
Fly
but
Guy, you realize if a team doesn't
aggressive
score,
is getting turnover.
yeah, but if you realize if a team doesn't score, that makes it easier for you to win, right? That means we score.
No. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, Ronbo. If our offense is struggling, now the defense have to create turnover and pick six and fumble, and we got to get some turnovers.
But still,
we can't just be like trying to get a stop there and stop there.
No, not about stops. Scoreless. I'm saying
you know how
up
momentum change. You know how
3 to 10 points,
you know how
and that's it.
Momentum change by the defense getting a pick six, a fumble all the way.
Still,
the whole game changed.
You got to be fair about this now. 2019, 49ers had one of the top defenses in the NFL. Robert Saleh was running it. This last year, it took a while to adjust to losing all their players, but they adjusted.
That's what
and
I
they looked
said.
solid.
That's what I said. The reason, this year, our season end when Bosa went down. If Bosa was playing this year, we make the playoffs. I guarantee you that. You don't think so?
Offensively, we lost too much.
Nah. If Bosa was playing, we make the playoffs. Because the defense is going to be too solid. The pressure is going to be too hard. And the quarterback was going to make too much mistake. And we're going to get touchdown on defense, and fumbles. And that's going to motivate the offense to even score more. We can't just depend on the offense every game.
Wow, no, but
remember last year? Only time we depended on the offense last year was against the Saints and the Rams. It was nothing but the defense scoring. Pick six, Sherman. Bosa, pick six. Fumble, pick six.
Well, they only had a couple of games where they didn't score. They were pretty, even as they were raggedy, we still had one of the best run games in the league. But Fly Guy, we got to roll, fam. I'll see you tomorrow looking for you. All right?
Yeah.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Rumble. I guess the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. Oh no, they're going to be watching
They're
it.
going. If they could get a seat, yeah. Seahawks. Go Hawks. They always say. Go home.
Yeah, I don't think Washington is going to be needing a quarterback because the quarterback he did pretty good, but actually Washington got kind of screwed because the guy caught the ball and then made a fumble and went out of bounds, and they said it was an incomplete pass, so they didn't get the first down. So I thought they got kind of screwed there, but I guess they really want Tom Brady to go for that.
I know, right? Probably. Heineke's not a starting quarterback, though. They're probably going to want to get somebody a little more talented. He can apparently he's not a bad backup though, but I think they're going to want to go for a quarterback because they really do need. Haskins is not a quarterback. I don't know what he is, but he's not serious. And of course, Alex Smith is going to say probably going to quit. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Because you don't have. Yeah, and but it depends on on a coach because remember you still have the what I think is the Columbine to see how good is some of the quarterbacks, some players.
Yeah, the Combine. You know what? Though? I'm not. The Combine is only going to show you their physical attributes. The Combine's not really for quarterbacks. The Combine is for your skill players, not at the quarterback position. Because then you see what kind of speed, reflexes, things like that he's got, agility. They're testing out a lot of things. But as a football player, that's another story because you're some of the best guys in the combine. We got, you know that good Malafalo? We got that guy. He was like an Olympian a few years ago at the combine, and the Raiders drafted him. I don't know where else he's been, but I saw his name on our list the other day. I said, Malafano? Oh, no. He's been around for about 4 years, 4 years, and now here he is on our team. How come? So, yeah, but he was awesome in the combine. He was just a complete freak. So maybe the 49ers got him, so they said, well, we can make him send to something, see what we can do.
Yeah, no, something that a lot of people should know is that some of these games that we played the year that we went to the Super Bowl, if Jimmy would have not won us those games, we would have not got that bye, and we would not got some of our guys healthy, and we would have not went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we needed some of those guys in our team to be there and healthy, you know, to get us there.
Yep.
You know,
I'm starting to think that's what's more important than anything. How healthy and how many of your players can you keep from September to December? My God, it's hard. Guys go down like crazy.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff, you can't, blame it on the quarterback because he's not playing the defense side and, he's on the offense side. So, if any, like today's game, I was seeing Tom Brady not throw accurate throws, not throw balls good. The only time he ever threw good was when he had time and because Chase Young got injured.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason he had time to throw. He had time to do anything. And he could throw the ball accuracy, but when there's people up in his face, he couldn't do shit.
Yep.
So
that's the way it works.
So so when you have time in the pocket, then you could do a lot of stuff. If you don't have time, look at Russ when he didn't have any time, and it looked like he was a chicken cut off with head or something.
He made a play, though.
Oh, shit, where's that coming from?
Wilson's one of the best at that. There's not many Russell Wilsons, though. So, that's not the kind of quarterback. Well, and also what you need, what he doesn't get enough attention, Bethel, is you need to have good receivers that can gain separation. Yeah. See, nobody ever talks about that. They only talk about the quarterback. But that receiver's got to be on point. This is why you guys like DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, all those guys that you hear about in the stats, they're very good route runners. The quarterback makes a quarterback's job way easier. Even Edelman, when Tom Brady and Edelman were together, excellent route runners. You need both ends of that to work.
One good point that you actually put out there where DK was being a diva, and look at when they try to force feed him, Russell got picked and all this stuff, and he couldn't even catch the ball when you needed him to catch the ball.
That's because
and you don't want players like that.
That's what I'm saying. You take what the defense gives you. People always screaming,
yeah,
he never throws the ball downfield. Did it look to you like the defense was giving up that ball downfield? You throw that ball downfield at the wrong time, it's going to get picked off. And that's why I'm saying you don't just be arbitrarily throwing the ball downfield. You pick your spots and you take your shot. It's like, anyway, they got beat because of Jalen Ramsey. That's what I was telling somebody else called in. Said, Jalen Ramsey beat Russell today. Why? Because Russell couldn't go to DK every chance he wanted to. He wanted to. But Wilson, he's got this thing about going deep downfield. He should use Tyler Lockett for a short game, trim it down, trim it down, trim it down. Now you want to explode in the end zone? Try it. I mean, the Hawks' offense is silly.
Tyler Lockett, he had better than Metcalf. He has good hands, and he catches anything you throw to him. So, that's the only reason that he catches a lot of the balls because, the only time he didn't catch him because Russ overthrew him. I don't see nobody talking shit about, Russ, he overthrew him. If he would not overthrew him, he would have got a touchdown. Yeah. Why are they not talking shit about him?
No, Russell gets excused.
He overthrew, I don't know how many times. I think
more than
4
once.
times I think
I
he
saw
overthrew.
it twice.
Yeah.
So, but Russell gets excused. He's Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's okay. But Jimmy better not do that. But you know what? I look forward to next year. We're going to see some special things. I don't know which ones in particular, but we're going to find out. Bethel, but let me see you. I'm going to look for you tomorrow. And I'm here for you all the time. That's great. Used to be we had to wait a week or
All
two,
right.
and then there's Bethel. So look, hey, come back
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah,
Looking for
because
you.
I was working
Busy.
a lot, and right now I'm in. They laid me off, so right now I'm just taking a break.
I hope
So
that
I have
ends
more
soon.
time now.
I hope they get you back out there soon.
Yeah,
okay.
me too.
All right, Bethel. In that case,
All
I'll
right,
see you tomorrow
good,
then, okay?
Good show, Rumble.
Thanks.
And let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be. Okay, the playoffs is fun, no matter what's happening, even if we ain't in it. All right, Bethel. Night, fam.
All right. Good night, Rumble.
Night. And Bill.
How's it going?
Bill, anytime the Hawks and their fans are made to shut the hell up, you know it's going great. I'm feeling wonderful. Whoa!
The Hawks got eliminated, so will the Rams. Rams ain't going anywhere.
No, I know. I look forward to their say goodnight next week. See, Bill, it couldn't get any better than this. First, we see the Hawks say goodbye. And then next week this time, Sunday, we see the Rams saying goodbye too. That's it.
Well, Tampa almost lost that one.
Who?
For a minute, I thought they were going to actually lose. It came to 31-23.
What game are you talking about? Is it Washington? What?
Washington almost came back.
How did they do that? I can't wait to go watch that game. That's close. Tampa Bay, Bill, they have a dream team. I got Tom Brady. I got Mike Williams. I got Antonio Brown. I got
Super Bowl
Leonard Fournette as my running back. Jesus Christ. I got
Tampa Bay's not going to the Super Bowl.
I know,
because the Super Bowl held in Tampa Bay.
I know. They're probably going to cheat people. And they got a great slot receiver, too. Their defense ain't bad. I don't know how they struggle with the Washington team. You know what, Bill? I think the Rams are playing them next week. I'm not sure. No, the Tampa Bay team may get beat next week. With all that skill and talent, they might get beat.
I don't think. I think it's going to go. I'm going to actually have to say it. I think it's going to go between Green Bay and Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship, and they might go ahead and go with last year's pick, Green Bay and Kansas City. That's probably what they're fixing to do, is scrap the whole thing because I announced it yesterday. I should have shut my mouth. They might change it again. So I'm going to say it now. I might screw Green Bay out and Kansas City. So I'm going to go ahead and say Green Bay and Kansas City, with Green Bay winning.
I want to, the Rams actually beat Tampa Bay this year. That was the Rams, I think. They were all over Tom. They just killed him. I mean, Tom was getting beat up, slapped, kicked, punched. They was biting him. So I think the Rams don't play Tampa Bay next week, though. I'd have to root for them again, Bill. I was rooting for the Rams today. I don't like to do that, but I had to against the Hawks. If they're going to play Tampa Bay, I think I'm going to root for them, too. I might change my mind. Okay, let's see what they play next week. Because I don't see the brackets. Hey, anybody, if you're in the chat and you see the brackets, please enlighten me. Okay. I see it now. The Bucks play the Saints. Damn.
If Green Bay's going to play the lower seed,
yeah,
and I think
that's going to be the Rams.
Chicago's going to beat Seattle. I think Chicago Bears are going to beat the Saints. That's going to probably happen.
You think so?
So it's going to go. So the Bears are going to go to Green Bay, while the Rams face the Bucks. I think that's how the bracket's going to play off. And the Rams will lose to the Bucks, and that one could be a tilt. It could be either Green Bay or Chicago. The winner of that game is going to the Super Bowl.
So that one I'm going to call on the NFC side.
Yeah.
They might go with Cleveland. They might not. I don't know. We don't know what they're going to do. We'll see what
AFC
tomorrow.
or Cleveland? God.
Steelers win tomorrow. It's Kansas City. I'm telling you this right now. If Pittsburgh wins tomorrow, Kansas City Chiefs is going to the Super Bowl.
They got to get past Buffalo, and Buffalo looks like they might have something for them.
Buffalo ain't going to do nothing. I'm telling you, bro, Buffalo will never do nothing. They'll never be relevant. They ain't going anywhere. They're going to make a good run, and they're going to be eliminated. It's going to be Kansas
Bill,
City.
It sounds like you're saying Buffalo's going to become the Seahawks of the AFC.
Yeah. They ain't going anywhere. So I'm going to tell you, if the Browns lose tomorrow, they push a Kansas City in, and they'll probably push for a Kansas City and Green Bay Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's what the NFL would really like. They'll make big bucks on that one, for sure. So, yeah. And they're going to say that's what everybody wants to see. So.
But if Green Bay don't make a Super Bowl this year, they'll for sure probably get rid of Aaron Rodgers. So I'm rooting against Green Bay to see if they actually keep their word. Because I would like to see Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco.
You know, and also Russell Wilson's running out of. You know, there's a rumor out last year that Russell Wilson was on his way to Cleveland. You know, you can't keep going to the playoffs each and every year, one after the other, and come up dry. Aaron Rodgers, what is he, 30? What is he? How old is he now? So I don't think that Love ready for, maybe. I don't know if they'd want to go into a complete rebuild.
They would. They actually would. It would be smart to start Love next year.
They
Get
still
rid of Rodgers. And I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Maybe.
We got the team for Rodgers. We got the team. Get a few guys to block for him. We got the receivers.
Please.
We got the running back. We got the defense. I mean, we get Rodgers. I mean, it's curtains, bro.
Yeah.
If he can't win with the Niners, with our team that we got, then he should retire the following year.
It's all about timing. He gets in there and somebody gets hurt like they did this year, and it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You're gonna have a lot of trouble, but we'll see. I can't imagine him. Rodgers may have one of them no trade clauses too. Seems like everybody does, but we'll see.
Well, we'll see how the bracket plays off, but they might go ahead and try to push Rodgers in and push Kansas City and go with the original plan to either give Kansas City a Super Bowl or Green Bay. That was not certain yet, but that was how it play out.
Kansas City got their one Super Bowl. They can't have another one for another 50 years. Bill,
agree with you on that.
Bill, we got to go. I'll see you tomorrow if you get a chance sometime.
Shout out. 49 shout. I'll be more in tell when I tell you tomorrow what's on. But yeah,
right.
Give me a 49 shout. I'm getting off.
You got it. Niners! Bill and Shania style. All right, Bill.
Have a good night.
You too. And Israel Cardenas said, "Hey, yo, Ronbo, draft the O-line or CB in the first round." I like that. Since Sherm is gone, Seattle sucks. And P.S. Do the Trent Baalke voice on re-signing the players. Who would I pick up first? If I'm going to re-sign here, who am I talking to here? Kyle, the reason why we think that you're one of the best fullbacks in the game is mainly because everybody else in the league thinks you're best fullback in the game as well. Now, you probably know our cast situation, and I know you want to stay with Kyle and his offense because that's where you really do take the spotlight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to take a look at this contract here. Now listen, this is a 1-year deal in order to keep that cap manageable. But next year, you have a good year. This is your incentive package. you stand to make more money this year than you did the last 2 years combined. And how's that sound to you? Next year when the cap expands, we're going to give you a contract that you can retire with. It's up to you. And, of course, Juice says, okay. It's got to do it. Juice, you got to come back to us. Hey, Lee, come on in, man. Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Lee, I thought it was Lee, because nobody else is Lee. So I said, I wonder if it's Lee. Lee, it's your time of year. The draft is coming up. And
yeah, I love it. Draft day.
Changes are going to take place. And Lee, you love this question then, unless you want to say some things about the Seahawks crashing and burning again. But you do know the question tonight is, you're at number 12. What a situation. And the 49ers are looking at Justin Fields, and everybody knows the quarterback situation in San Francisco, and also Caleb Farley. Everybody equally knows about the situation with the cornerback situation in San Francisco as well. What route do you take?
Well, to be honest, if they're on the board, I think you'd have to go with Justin Fields, but I don't think he's going to be there, Ronbo. Realistically, I think he's probably the second or third quarterback gone.
Second
in the draft
or
after
third?
Lawrence.
You don't think he's toxic because he went to Ohio
If he
State?
plays good.
Well, we're going to see Monday,
Nah,
though, right?
people say that because of the system. Yeah, exactly. That'll tell you probably whether he goes second or third behind Wilson. If he has a good game, he'll probably be the second quarterback behind the draft. And so that's like a top 5 pick.
That's a big stage. If you could get out there and show your stuff. Yeah.
That kid Farley, he's real good. He's a top 2 corner, so he could be there. But I think because it's him and Patrick Surtain. He plays tomorrow. Oh, he plays against
more guys
he plays
under the
against,
spotlight.
Ohio State as well. Yeah. So one of those 2 corners should fall, Farley or Surtain. Farley's going to rise up the boards, I think, Ronbo, because he's going to get to the combine and have a really good combine because he's the athlete
4th.
of all the
Is that
cornerbacks
right?
in this year's draft.
Does he run a 4.3?
Yeah. He's supposed to run a 4.3 at least, so
I
he'll
saw
probably shoot up
4.35.
come combine time.
Jesus. Ooh.
Man. But either way, if he does, and he does have a good combine, and he ends up being picked, Surtain could fall to 12. So
top 10.
We're in a pretty good spot there. And and we could go, corner or O-line. To me, honestly, I reckon we should just go the best player available, whoever falls.
Yeah, a lot of
you're
people
going to
are
have one
saying
of
that.
those corners probably. You're going to have, you're going to have a wide receiver. One of those top 3 guys. You got Chase, you got Waddle and Smith. Waddle and Smith will play in that championship game too, and they could both. One of them could fall to 12. So I know it's not the biggest need wide receiver, but if you got one of them on the board,
at 12,
it'd be hard to pass up.
Yeah,
it's sort
number
of like
12.
last year. Remember when?
It's okay at 12. Yeah.
Because those guys look even better than last year. You had Lamb, Judy, and Ruggs. Remember these, and Waddle, Smith, and Chase. They look even better. Like if you were to combine the 3 and compare them, so yeah, it's hard to pass up on that.
How big is the
people
biggest
want to move
guy?
back, and that's another.
How big is the biggest
The
guy amongst
biggest
those
guy,
guys? You just
Chase, I think he's 6'1", 195. He's close to 200 pounds.
Okay, because Jalen Hurd, I don't know what he was in his past life, but he has got the worst luck in preseason. You can't get out of preseason. Poor guy, and I think he's got
and that's
talent.
the biggest problem we got,
Man.
Yeah, he showed talent that first year. When we came in preseason, I think he had a touchdown or 2 in his first game. So long now that I can't even remember off the top of my head. But he showed glimpses. I think he had 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and but this guy's pure aggression. He fits what the 49ers are doing right now because the 49ers, they want tough guys. That's why Dante got moved right out of that equation, But you notice all our receivers are tough guys. Even Kendrick Bourne became a tough guy this year. Did you see Kendrick dragging people and getting yak? I said, watch Kendrick. He's sick of people saying, Kendrick's not one of the Yak brothers, but he does a good job. God, Kendrick, look at you.
Yeah.
So
if you look at these 3 receivers, Ronbo, like it's not a biggest need, but I like to go best player available. Unless there's a need, there's a bigger upgrade to the team. Like there's a good guard, there's a guy from Ohio State, Wyatt Davis too, but he's not really worth picking at 12. You can move back and still get him. And guards aren't as valued as highly. Unless
best
they're like
player.
a Quentin Nelson, so you can get those guys later.
Yeah, so BPA, right?
Even in the second round, there's good guards. Yeah. In the second round, there's good guards. There's some good corners, too, in the second round. So, you've got to look at the draft's going to change so much because it's going to depend on what we do in the free agency. If we go O-line or corner in the free agency, that's going to sort of set up, hey, we can attack the draft.
Lee, there's not going to be any shopping.
So it's all going to change between.
The 49ers, they're trying to sign their own free agents.
Well, yes and no, Ronbo, because, we could get that old guy from Atlanta, the center, Alex Mack. I think that's like a cheap.
You're right.
We're not going to
There's
get
an
crazy
exception.
Yeah.
They might do that.
We could get him. I think that's a safe bet, because he's not going to cost a lot. He's a veteran. He knows the scheme. And it strengthens up the O-line, and that's a huge need of ours. And if we get a rookie, it's going to take time for him to develop.
Yep.
Yeah.
And our fan base does not believe in time to develop. Yeah. I agree. Alex Mack would be, wow. They would get him in a heartbeat. Kyle would not hesitate. And you're right. He probably wouldn't be all that expensive. How old is Mack?
That's what Kyle wanted with Richburg, when he spent all that money a few years ago. And Richburg's the same with Hood. He just can't get on the field.
Yeah.
And if you looked early in the season, that was our biggest need. I felt like we didn't have an experienced center, to lead that offensive line. And that's why they were struggling so much. It was sort of coming from the inside. It was imploding out. You know what I mean, Ronbo? Like Trent Williams in the first game, he was one of our better linemen, but it looked like he didn't know what was going on because the rest of the line didn't know what was going on.
And that's
so yeah, if you get a guy like Alex Mack,
he's a
could be the
quarterback
one
of that
guy
line.
that could really help us in that agency.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to be something they have to be concerned with. And one of the 49ers are concerned about it. They're acting like they're not going to make any changes if you read the writing, but if Alex Mack is available, you're right. Yeah. If there's going to be a free agent they're going to go for, he might be it. But you need to let Weston Richburg go because he can't afford both. And then you let Garland back up Weston Richburg at a team-friendly price, is my guess. Then you got two team-friendly prices at center, with both of them being very adequate. Garland's learning very well, and you already know about Alex Mack. So, yeah.
And if you get that, if you get him in the free agency for a good deal, then you don't have to reach for that offensive lineman with that 12th pick. We can go best player available, or we could go defensive back like some people will want the corner or the safety, So it gives us more options there. But it's going to be interesting.
It sure is.
Anyway, shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to Money Empire and 2021.
Great to hear from you too, Lee. All right. Get back. I guess we'll hear from you a little more often now that the season's in this particular position. All right. Talk to you later, Lee.
Yeah, be here, me, big show.
All right. Yeah, I know. I get shows doing anytime. All right. All right, Lee. Have a great day, fam. In fact, where is the big show? I was looking forward tonight to being saying, well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show's going to be, see, this is the guy, I got Lee and Show. These guys know the college ranks. So, and Lee made an interesting point, too. You take the BPA at number 12. Well, you know what? That's probably exactly right, because, like, even McShay, he said, what are you going to, your cornerback room is not, one room is actually so much more than the other as far as the positions go. Although the cornerback room would have to be priority one, a cornerback room would have to be priority one with nobody side. Whoa, that's scary. Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to make a deal. They can't let everybody walk. What are we going to do? Jason Verrett is a must. After that, I'm not sure what decision they're going to make. Fam, I'm going to see you tomorrow. It's Sunday. We got to talk 49 football on Sunday, and I can't wait to see you. I got to go chow down, you know what I'm saying? Burn up a lot of calories laughing at the and when you laugh that much, you do burn up calories. But the Seahawks, I want to thank you. I like being at the Comedy Store in L.A. Hey, man, hit that like. I'll see you tomorrow. Niner! Boy, that's really worn out, man, from laughing. Oh. I had to get some laughing lubricant to put in that throat. Niners! Whew. Go Hawks.